to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown!
From the Budweiser studios of 99.1 The Sports Animal, here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. It's a big day. Big day, Jason Swain.
Florida State. Tennessee. Let's get it on. Let's do it again.
Why not?
Let's have the same result. If you're Tennessee, that's exactly what you want, so you can move on. 2 more wins to winning a national championship, but got to get through Florida State first. If you're Florida State, you want revenge. But, boy, you got to win twice to get it. Tennessee has not lost twice in a row.
Would you like to see another dramatic
Nope. Don't want any drama.
come from behind,
Nope. Nope.
late inning rally?
Nope.
You're good there?
I like my sports just like I like my real life. No drama.
Okay.
No drama.
So Mary J. this thing today.
Especially today. No drama. Florida State's going to fight. They're a great hitting team. We're going to see that. It's going to be a battle. We saw Florida State play against North Carolina and got out in front. North Carolina did close the gap a little bit, but Florida State was able to hold off the Tar Heels. Tennessee, I doubt, beats itself early in the game like we saw last Friday. So this may be a tougher test in Florida State than they think.
Scheduled for 3 o'clock Eastern, the start time was moved back an hour after last night's game. Kentucky against Florida was moved to this morning. They had a not-so-fast-paced start. The first inning took about 45 minutes as Kentucky put a run on the board, and then Florida in the bottom of the first scored 7 runs, which included a grand slam. I watched the first inning next to Jason Swain. Bases were loaded. He brought up the idea of a grand slam happening, and 3 to 5 seconds later, a grand slam happened.
Yep.
So it's 7-1, top of the third now. Kentucky at the plate, Florida with the lead in the elimination game of the other side of the bracket. Texas A&M is awaiting the winner of this game.
I said, you know what? I would like to see a grand slam here. Grand slam.
You saw one.
Yeah.
Immediately after. There was not one pitch in between.
No. I'm going to do that when I pick my lottery numbers. I would like to win the lottery today.
I think it works that way.
Yeah, let's see how it works out. Hopefully it works out in my favor.
So it's going to be Tennessee against an SEC team if the Vols get past Florida State, as we anticipate going in. It will be Tennessee against an SEC team. Are you ready for the idea of Tennessee versus Florida? We're several games away from that happening. Florida would have to beat Texas A&M twice.
I don't care.
Tennessee-Florida series for the national championship. How about that idea?
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
We can do what LSU did last year.
Leadoff walk for Kentucky. I'll point out, long way to go in this game. They're in the
Long way.
They're in the third inning, and this is college baseball, deep into a tournament where I might get called in to pitch to a couple of batters.
Yeah, I don't know if Kentucky's built to come back from six runs down.
I'm skeptical because I'm also skeptical Florida's done scoring runs here. But we'll see how it plays out and update you along the way.
Do I like Florida? No. Do I like Kentucky? No. It's been kind of fun to see Kentucky squirm a little bit. I think Kentucky's more annoying to me than Florida. I'm not rooting for either team. Kentucky gives you more antics from the dugout, more silly stuff that they do.
Right.
And we're not really seeing any of that right now, and I'm okay with that.
the idea of losing the final series to Kentucky would be the hardest to take, right? That's the one. That's the last scenario you can accept.
Correct.
Losing the next two to Florida State would be easier to accept, I would think, than losing the final series to Kentucky.
As crazy as that sounds, you are correct.
Yeah. Again, I'm offering up only bad scenarios here, but
Yeah, I mean, the opponent matters.
sure.
Like,
Sure.
the last thing you want to do is lose to a program that basically just got better in baseball overnight. We have been battling against them in basketball and in football. Basketball is their main deal, has been for decades. Football has been our main deal. It has been for decades. We have improved in basketball. We have beaten them in basketball more than any other program in the country, but a lot recently, thanks to Rick Barnes. Football, they have improved, but we've still beaten them, okay? Tennessee, in the last 2 out of the last 3 years, have had the number 1 seed, 50 wins in 3 out of the last 4 seasons. Tony Vitello turning everything around. You would hate to see Kentucky winning a championship before Tennessee. That just wouldn't feel great. So, number 1, don't want to lose to Kentucky, period, point blank. Number 2, you can't let Florida State come back. You haven't lost 2 games in a row all season long. You can't let it start today.
Yeah, the best way to avoid any of the negative scenarios I just brought up is to win.
Just win, baby.
The series.
I heard that motto is famous, and I heard it works.
Yep.
For everybody else except for the organization who
That
came up with it.
Uses it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Yep. They kind of gave the game plan away.
Yep.
Just win. Okay, we'll do, especially when we play you.
Yeah.
Oakland or L.A. or Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep. It's that simple. Just win, baby. Well, if it's so simple, why are you not doing it?
Evan, in the YouTube chat, you can watch us there on the Sports Animal YouTube chat today. Let's get some YouTube love today. Go Vols. David Sanders, exclamation point, not Davis Sanders.
It don't matter. He don't care.
He was a good sport about it.
He was a good sport about it.
5-star offensive tackle had a name misspelling. Is probably a computer error.
It's probably Chat GPT.
Probably.
Chat GPT's fault.
Yeah, they're probably using 3.5 instead of 4.0, and it glitched, I would imagine.
That's one of the downsides of autocorrect.
So we'll get the latest with David Sanders and other highly touted prospects who visited Tennessee this past weekend. Austin Price of VolQuest will stop by the show at 1:30. We're in the thick of recruiting right now. It used to be, okay, get to the fall, and it's about to take off along with the season. Right now is the heavy run in recruiting.
That probably would have disqualified teams for me. Probably.
Well, you were a big candidate, too. So, like, if the Y was missing or something else?
Yeah, we probably
That would have been it?
Yeah, we would have had a problem.
Okay.
Not Tennessee because they were so high on my list, but I would have corrected them. I would have not liked that at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like those little details matter.
You're tricky. You're Jason with a Y, and then your last name is Swain, which is not an uncommon last name, but Swan is a common name.
It's an I in there.
I understand.
Well, no, you don't. It's an I all up in the name. It's right there. It's right there. It's an I. It's not 2 N's.
I know your name.
Okay, I'm just saying. The eye roll that I give people who are like, Jason Swan. Did you learn how to read?
But there's Lynn.
It don't matter. It's an I right there. Mm-hmm. It's like taking the S and W off and replacing the SW with P. It will be pain. It's the same thing. The I's there. This is easy. This is elementary school stuff.
Yep.
But when you are picking between 20, 25, 35, 40 schools, the smallest thing sometimes matters, especially when all of them are right there close together and you don't have one that kind of stands out as one of your favorites. If Tennessee wasn't one of David Sanders Jr.'s favorites, then that probably would have disqualified Tennessee.
Yeah,
But,
I think you're right there.
Yeah.
We'll see. It looks like, I think, Tennessee versus Ohio State here in the final stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So Tennessee with another hosting of David Sanders Jr. this past weekend. He's been several times on unofficial visits, including 865 Live, 3 weeks ago or so?
Listen, he come back in. He got to move in.
Yeah.
He got to move in, man. Next time we see David Sanders, I need to see a U-Haul.
Or with a commitment shirt coming back in town to help recruit other Vols.
Yeah, we got to move in, man, next time we come in.
I don't know what the NIL rules or laws are, if they even matter in North Carolina. Can they go ahead and get him a place? Like, hey, we got you set up. Here you go.
Might as well. Call your friends that got pickup trucks. Let's get David Sanders moved in.
Evan's a big fan of Jason Swain. JAISONSWAYN. Still works. Pronunciation's the same. It's an audio format.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that works. Yep. Say it right. That's all that matters, I guess. Who cares how it spells?
This is probably Jason Swain's last day doing this show, if I had to guess based on the first segment. We'll see what happens moving forward with Florida, Kentucky. They're moving to the bottom of the third. It's 7-1, Florida up on Kentucky. The winner of this game will move on, needing to beat Texas A&M twice to get to the final round of the College World Series. Tennessee gets ready to take on Florida State, scheduled for 3 o'clock. We'll have the game for you on 99.1 The Sports Animal. We continue on AM 640 The Sports Monster. Hello to everybody listening in the Tri-Cities area. As we continue this afternoon, we'll come back and invite you to be a part of the show. We'll talk Tennessee baseball, Tennessee football. We'll have recruiting updates for you. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us right here on Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Wilson Brothers Plumbing, a local company, a great company that is dedicated to providing great customer service, upholding a standard of excellence in every aspect of their work. The team at Wilson Brothers Plumbing strives to exceed expectations by continuously learning, adapting to industry advancements, and upholding the highest standards of quality that you expect when you call Wilson Brothers Plumbing. We've called Wilson Brothers Plumbing out to my home. They've helped us with plumbing issues that we've had, an underground leak problem that we dealt with last spring, as well as a project that we planned and we needed somebody to come out and provide some professional help to get it done. Wilson Brothers Plumbing is who we called. Their commitment to quality craftsmanship, continuing to learn, and continuing to make sure that customers are taken care of makes the difference when you call and get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. You can visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com to learn more or to schedule service. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey & Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
The summer is here, and what is the biggest activity happening over these summer months? It's wedding season. Hey, this is Heather. If you need jewelry for your big day, then you need my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers. They've got everything bridal, from a huge selection of engagement rings. They've got the wedding bands that either match or are totally off the cuff. They even have wedding party gifts. How about beautiful charms or gold necklace pendants for your bridesmaids, or a cool bracelet for all your groom's gifts? And if you want to start your marriage off on the right foot with your mother-in-law, what about a beautiful gold bangle bracelet? That means she's always going to remember you're the favorite son-in-law. TK Wheeler Jewelers has everything you need to look perfect and have the perfect gifts on your wedding day. They're located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge. TK has been in business for decades, and he is going to treat you right. It's always the place to shop when you want more bling for your buck. It's my jewelry store, the one and only TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hi, I'm your annoying dad that follows you around everywhere, ruining your life. Like when you hope to finance that car, not approved. Paying for dinner with a credit card in front of friends, embarrassingly declined. Bills piling up, harassing creditors, and you can't pay me off because the interest is so high, you can barely make the minimum. So what are you going to do? You're stuck with me. Give me your best shot.
Got debt? Knock out annoying debt with a loan from Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. Now through September 30th, get up to $500 to refinance your existing debt with us. Visit atfcu.com for details. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, your less red tape banking alternative, a place where you belong.
Hey folks, Gerald Ennis with Ted Russell Nissan, and our remodel is almost complete. Thank you for your patience. And remember, while other Nissan dealers have their Nissans for sale, at Ted Russell Nissan, our Nissans are not for sale, they're on sale. Come see us today for the best deal ever on a brand new Nissan. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
This Friday at 9 a.m., head to 991thesportsanimal.com and grab 2 unlimited ride passes for just $49.99 to attractions at the Island in Pigeon Forge. The Island, your destination to eat, shop, play, and stay in the heart of Pigeon Forge.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Connect with us on social media. We'd love for you to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. At Josh and Swain is the handle for all 3 social media platforms. You can call or text in at 865-656-9900. Rick in Sevierville. It'll just break my heart if Kentucky has to go home today. A little sarcasm in the text. Text in 865-656-9900. Florida leads bottom of the third 7-1 against Kentucky.
You think Kentucky's going to come back?
I do not.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
You never know in sports. Sometimes
right.
You have a pretty good idea, though. The leadoff hitter in the bottom of the third for Florida just got plunked, so he will head to first base.
Greg Sankey's winning big time, for sure. I mean, the moment Tennessee eliminates Florida State, Greg Sankey has won the College World Series, right? The SEC has won the College World Series, and so
yep, they are set up. They're guaranteed to have one SEC team in, and very likely to have 2.
Yep.
Today is the anniversary of the Cavs finishing off the 3-1 series comeback against the Golden State Warriors. So Kentucky can hold on to that in this kind of game.
That's not happening. Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe Kentucky can get some inspiration from the Edmonton Oilers, who's down 3-0. Now it's 3-2. I know Joel got time for that.
It makes me wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that? So comebacks can happen. I mean, if you want some advice, I mean, we wouldn't mind sharing what it takes to come back being down a bunch of runs.
Tennessee just did it on Friday.
Yeah, we did it on Friday.
Where that ranks among all-time comebacks will probably – Tennessee comebacks will probably be affected by whether they win the national title or not, right? That'll rank higher for fans if the team itself wins the title, because they're probably not winning the national championship if they don't win on Friday. They could.
I understand.
But it becomes a lot tougher.
But, I mean, you have to be able to treat that game on its own, regardless of what happens today. It still was a great comeback on the big stage. I mean, you have to put that game in the same conversation as Tennessee coming back on Notre Dame in football. Football coming back on LSU in 05. I mean, a great comeback is a great comeback. But I do understand, like, you have a sour taste in your mouth if Tennessee is unable to beat Florida State twice, and that it's that disappointment of failing to reach the final. But still, man, that comeback on Friday,
it was spectacular.
It was special.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about the conversation in 2034. There will be great memories of that Friday night forever for Tennessee fans. But if they win the national title, we'll be talking about that game in a different light than if they don't.
I get it.
But yeah, it's an all-timer, especially with the Christian Moore performance attached to it. That's what helps elevate it.
We need Christian Moore to just do the same thing. Sounds pretty easy, right? He's playing against Florida State again. Just duplicate the same performance. That sounds easy.
Sounds like it. Yep. Actually, watching him, it seems like it a lot of the time.
It makes it easy.
CJ in Johnson City, I don't care about Kentucky going home. Why? Dave Chappelle We'll tell you why. That's one of those, if you know, you know, based on because that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
I agree.
We'll see. I'm no expert here. We'll see how the weather patterns hold up into the afternoon. I actually tuned in. I told you this, Alan Bell driving the line, and he gave an idea of how it would look early, and it played out in the first inning, grand slam to right field. Could set up to be a Blake Burke, Kavares Tears type game.
Exactly.
Depending on how the weather plays out over the next several hours and the wind patterns, but right field, there's an opportunity there.
Or Christian Moore. It don't matter.
Yeah, he's still capable.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Don't get me wrong.
It does not
don't
matter.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not writing him off as a home run candidate. But I'll call a Blake Burke, because this would be number 20, right? This would get him to 20 and give them their fifth 20 home run guy on the season. So I'll risk the jinx that we don't believe in the first place, and I'll call Blake Burke home run for today.
Unfortunately, Florida State will be hitting the same wind patterns, too.
The wind applies to both teams. Yeah,
and they do a really good job hitting the ball as well. So, need to take that in consideration, too.
Tennessee's in the favorable spot. Tennessee just needs to win one. Florida State needs to win two. Nobody should be writing off Florida State here, and I'm sure Tennessee is not. Tennessee knows how good Florida State is. Tennessee knows how difficult winning on Friday was. Tennessee's not going to go and think, look at how easy we made those last few innings look. That's not going to be the mindset today.
Coach Delmonico said that if you're a Tennessee fan wanting the most favorable matchup between Florida State and North Carolina, this is what we asked him on Monday, it's Florida State because they don't have the bullpen that North Carolina has.
Mm-hmm.
And I still felt more comfortable rolling with North Carolina because of what we did versus North Carolina. But, hey, here we are. We are playing against a team that Coach Delmonico feels like is the best matchup for Tennessee to advance. Tennessee was able to touch up their ace. Will we see their ace again on short rest? If not, then how in the heck will Florida State be able to stop Tennessee's offense? Unless it's just a bad day at the office and the bats go cold.
Yeah, how many runs will Tennessee need to win today? What's the target number?
I'm going to go minimum 8. Minimum.
That might be right. Xander Seacrest gets the start. As good as he's been recently, that has to create some confidence going in.
Oh, man. He's going to need an extra hairpin.
Yeah, those wind patterns. Watch the
oh, man.
Watch the hat later today.
Oh, my goodness. I saw someone's hat fly off, was it yesterday? It flew off the screen. Seacrest has no chance today.
Yeah.
So he'll need an extra hairpin or two.
Can he turn it around? Can you go backwards so you don't have the brim of the hat that's...
I don't see why you wouldn't do it anyways. The catcher's the only person allowed to have a backwards hat. You know, baseball got all these unwritten rules, so you just never know.
Yeah, I wasn't joking when I asked. I don't know what the rule is.
I mean, because if I was playing baseball, I would definitely Fresh Prince that thing.
Baseball is the simplest while also being the most complex sport there is.
And what if you don't want to wear a hat? Do you have to wear a hat? I mean, it's not like it's going to protect you from the ball hitting you on the noggin. In football, you have to wear a hat.
Yeah, so when there's a fly ball or you're a runner on the base pass, I remember being a kid when a runner's trying to steal second base and their helmet would go flying off. I just thought that was the coolest thing. But you can keep going. In football, your helmet comes off. You're supposed to stop play, right? Or it becomes a penalty.
Yeah,
Baseball, there's no penalty. So why do they have to start the pitch with the hat on?
In basketball, you have to wear shorts, okay? It's important. And it's probably important for you to wear a jersey.
Yeah.
All right? Shoes are encouraged as well. Football, you got to have the helmet, shoulder pads. You're supposed to wear knee pads, but we don't really see them a lot because, guys want to look cool and, they don't want that knee pad kind of constricting their movement. In baseball, why do you have to wear a hat? Is there a rule that says you have to wear it, and why? It's not for protection. It's not for identification. Your jersey number is not on your hat. We know who you are. So why do you have to wear it? These are questions that need answers, Josh.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the important stuff ahead of Tennessee's game later this afternoon to try to get to the National Championship Series to close things out. Barry texts in from Jefferson County. We appreciate you. Hell no to a backwards hat. So Barry is not on the side of the backwards hat.
So what's wrong? So the catcher can wear a backwards hat, but no one else?
It appears, yeah.
It's not fair, Barry. It's not fair.
That's like in the cilantro category. You know, cilantro, you either like it or it tastes like soap to you. There's something about taste buds and the chemical makeup. I think the backwards hat is similar. If you don't like backwards hats, you do not like backwards hats.
I'm surprised no one has ever brought this question up.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're the professional that you are.
I
because
guess
you get
so.
to the important topics.
I guess you can say that. I wouldn't call it being a professional at all.
Bottom of the third, 1 out, 2 runners on for the Florida Gators. They still have a 7-1 lead. Their 9th hitter is at the plate, so assuming he doesn't hit into a double play, 0-2 count now, they'll get to the top of the order. And the big masher coming back up for the Gators.
I need a stick so I can just poke Kentucky and say, do something. Do something, Kentucky.
They're not making it very interesting so far.
Well, it's basketball season.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. The Cags coming up to plate.
It's not a good recipe for Kentucky. They'll probably walk him. Everybody's been.
I would just walk him. I would not.
I wouldn't even throw pitches to him.
Tennessee still would have gotten the hits necessary based on how things played out. But when Christian Moore was at the plate with 2 outs, I was thinking, I know that he's the tying run, and you'd be putting him on base. But I'm not putting a pitch there that he can hit.
You know what? That might be a good point. Will Florida State walk him?
Christian Moore, after what happened on Friday?
I mean, look at what they're doing to Cags here. The whole tournament teams have walked him. If you are Florida State and Christian Moore lit you up the way he lit you up on Friday, you have to walk him today.
The professional analysts that we are, we called it. They intentionally walked Cags. They'll just take their chances with the bases loaded and the number 2 hitter at the plate versus pitching to a guy that they fear that much.
Was it Kentucky that Christian Moore hit 3 home runs?
Yes.
He hit 2. Why would you throw to him again?
Well, he's due to not hit one. I guess they thought.
Mean, it makes no sense. So if I'm Florida State, man, I am walking Christian Moore.
Yeah, I would think that Christian Moore gets the Barry Bonds status where they'd walk him with the bases loaded to concede 1 run versus pitching to him to give up the shot of however many. That ball will drop, so it did not pay off intentionally walking. 1 runner is in. I think 2 men scored. Thrown out at second, so that will end the inning. They might replay, review, but two runners scored at least for Florida. It's 9-1 now, Gators. We'll come back here on Josh and Swain, 865-656-9900. We'll talk Tennessee football, get you ready for Tennessee, Florida State, and get to the bottom of a very serious subject, the possibility of Tennessee starting pitcher turning his hat backwards later today. We'll come back on Josh and Swain.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Baseball legend Willie Mays passed away yesterday at the age of 93. Mays spent most of his career with the Giants, making 24 All-Star teams, winning 2 National League MVP awards, and 12 Gold Gloves. He ranked 6th all-time in home runs, 7th in runs scored, 10th in RBIs, and 12th in hits. Mays got his start in the Negro Leagues with the Birmingham Black Barons in 1948. His death comes just before the Cardinals were set to play the Giants at Rickwood Field in Birmingham in a game honoring Mays and the Negro Leagues as a whole. NBA news, the Detroit Pistons fired head coach Monty Williams after just 1 season, absorbing the remaining $65 million left on Williams' contract. The firing comes after the Pistons finished with a franchise-worst 68 losses last season. Their .245 win percentage over the last 5 years is the third worst over any 5-year span in NBA history and the worst in the last 20 years. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stopped, opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from date of purchase but is waived if paid within promotional period. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details.
Attention homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's time to replace. And right now you can get a free in-home consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. Plus, during the month of June, you can buy one window or door and get one 40% off when you buy 4 or more windows or doors. Just text OLD to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or doors for no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right, you don't pay a dime for 12 months. Text OLD to 200-300 to buy one window or door and get one 40% off. And right now, save an extra $100 off your entire purchase. Hurry, this incredible offer is only in June. Text OLD to 200-300. Text the word OLD to 200-300. OLD to 200-300.
The team at Kitchen Sales is ready to tackle your old, outdated spaces. Whether it's a remodel or a brand new build from the ground up, let Kitchen Sales provide you with the peace of mind that they are going to get the job done right. Hey, this is Heather Harrington. That was our experience, not just once, but twice with the team at Kitchen Sales. They've been in our home, and I give them 5 stars on both of our projects. One of the things I love most about Kitchen Sales is the versatility of pricing. They can beat salvage store pricing, and they can go all the way up to a fully custom line of cabinetry if that's what you're looking for. So budgets big or small can shop in the same place. And if you're putting together a new kitchen, you can pick out everything at Kitchen Sales. We're talking the cabinets, the countertops, appliances, and hardware. Talk about saving time and money. They've got 2 great locations for you, Hoyt Avenue in downtown, just off Cherry Street, or in the Town and Country Circle in West Knoxville. For more information, find them online at kitchensales.net.
This has been a paid announcement. It's Ted Russell Ford's Last Chance 2023 Model Year Sales Event going on now. We have a special acquisition of new 2023 Fords, and every single one will go this month at a crazy price.
She's crazy, beautiful.
Our loss is your gain with discounts up to $11,500 off MSRP on 2023 Ford F-150 Lightnings or discounts up to $6,900 on 2023 Ford Escapes. Plus, every new Ford comes with our lifetime warranty at no charge. If you're looking to trade in your current vehicle, we want to buy it and we'll pay top dollar for it. There's crazy good deals going on now during the Last Chance 2023 Model Year Sales Event at Ted Russell Ford on Kingston Pike and Parkside Drive.
Example vehicle 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning, stock number WG35594 with approved credit. Price excludes optional equipment selected by the purchaser, $795 dealer fee, state and local taxes, tag registration, and title fees. Offer expires 6/30/2024.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts in automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
My name is Nathaniel Darnell, and this is my Ingalls story. Here at Darnell Farms, we think our fruits and vegetables are some of the best you're going to find. We've been working with Ingalls for years, and the support they give to family farms like ours is outstanding. Right here in the Great Smoky Mountains, next to the Tuckasegee River, we have the perfect place to grow our produce. If you want the best local quality, you cannot do better than Ingalls.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
We're continuing to track a hot afternoon on the way as high temperatures are topping out right around 90 degrees. The one difference today is we'll see a few more clouds around through the majority of the afternoon, which will provide some shade from time to time. Still take frequent breaks out there as it'll feel warmer with that sunshine. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
This report is sponsored by Rumble.com. Rumble is on a mission to give people the freedom to be entertained. Enjoy exclusive content from creators who are empowered to express themselves freely. Visit Rumble.com or download the app and watch for free.
The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain, thank you for being with us. Austin Price of VolQuest coming up at 1:30. We'll see what he thinks about Tennessee's big recruiting weekend this past weekend, what happens next for Tennessee as well with more visitors coming in. USC has lost 2 5-star commitments in consecutive days. A defensive lineman, Isaiah Gibson, who just visited Tennessee, decommitted yesterday afternoon. And then earlier today, Justice Terry, another 5-star defensive commitment for USC, decommitted.
Where's he from?
Well, they're both from Georgia. Both were going to be tough for USC to hang on to.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
Now, Terry decommitting from USC, it's easy to say, ha, Lincoln Riley.
That wasn't my first reaction.
He's set to visit Alabama this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
And Gibson is a former Georgia commit who still is considering Georgia and Tennessee. But, tough couple of days for USC on the recruiting trail. Could be potentially big additions for an SEC school.
Yeah, if you are from Georgia, if you are from the South, and you don't pick Tennessee, I want you to go to Canada and play. I'm cool with California. I'm cool with USC, UCLA, but I prefer Canada. I don't want to play against you.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that these two guys decommitted from UCLA, I'm not gonna ha like Nelson from The Simpsons in Lincoln Riley's face. I'm not going to bring up Lincoln Riley's dry brisket that he cooked when he was at Oklahoma. I'm not going to say anything about it.
That's good.
Won't say anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with those guys going to Georgia or Alabama. I hope they stay committed to USC if they don't come to Tennessee. Just being honest here.
Well, one, I want honesty. 2, I think that's the right logic. I know Nick Saban's not there at Alabama, and I don't expect Alabama to be Nick Saban, Alabama. But I think Kalen DeBoer is a terrific coach, and if he has elite talent somewhere close to what Nick Saban had, that's problematic for teams that will play Alabama.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they just picked up a really good player too.
Yeah, they landed a top 30 overall player yesterday, a highly rated 4-star offensive lineman.
So hopefully Austin Price can give us some good news from the recruiting weekend this past weekend. I had a lot of superstars in town.
There's a run on the board for Kentucky. Florida leads 9-2 now in the top of the 4th. 1 on, 1 out for Kentucky.
Good job, Kentucky. Oh, this dude with the thick blue mustache. Fake Kirby Connell. He's a good player, though.
He's a good player.
Really good player.
Yep. Lopez.
Yeah, that's him. Javier's little nephew. That's not confirmed. Don't go with that.
I was about that. Is that right?
Don't go with that. That's not confirmed. I just thought about Javier Lopez with the Braves.
Yeah, I loved Javier Lopez.
Yeah.
I think I got his autograph when I was a youngster.
You're lucky, man. He was a stud.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch the Braves back in the day. They didn't have a choice. Only one TV in the house, so I had to watch it.
Now your choice is the opposite. You can choose any team but the Atlanta Braves for a lot of people, not everybody, but depending on your provider.
Well, I choose Tennessee. That's my baseball team. and that's who I watch. But I've watched every college baseball game at the World Series. So I'm proud of myself, man. It's been fun. I've watched more college baseball than NBA Finals. I haven't watched one full game of the NBA Finals, but I've watched multiple full games of the College World Series.
Yeah, I was interested in the finals at the start, and Game 1 told me how that was going to play out.
Yeah.
That was one where, no, this isn't just having a good first game and it'll even out. This Boston team is terrific, and they're better than everybody else. I still think Denver, at their best, could have given Boston a more competitive series, but Boston answered the doubters when they got Porzingis back, and I know he dealt with injury after the first couple of games, but the problem the NBA faced was there was no real competition once they got to the conference finals. Those were 4-0, 4-1, and then 4-1 in the finals.
They lost 3 games the whole playoffs.
There was no real drama with any of the series once you got to the series that mattered most.
And I couldn't take Luka not playing defense and complaining to the refs for another series. It's the finals, Luka. Play some defense and stop talking to the refs.
Yep.
I just couldn't handle that anymore.
Yeah, the refs thing is even more bothersome than the defense, because at least the defense, when we're hearing reports that he's getting shot up to be able to play, I can get that he's not giving 100% in every aspect, considering all he does offensively. But hey, Boston's terrific. They earned that title. It wouldn't just the Eastern Conference road was pretty convenient with every star being out, but they also whipped everybody.
Play for breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's what Boston Celtics did. They can't help that they got a ton of breaks. But, hey, they scored. They took advantage of it. That's what you have to do.
Yep. On the Mavericks side, when the breaks went against them, what were they supposed to do?
They're supposed to put on more steam, but they didn't.
They didn't do it.
They just complained to the refs. Well, Luka did. So the conversation now is about, hey, will the Celtics, is this the start of a dynasty? Will they go back to back? I will say no. I don't think they do it.
Probably not. They'll have a shot.
I think more players will be healthy next year.
One other note that's funny to me with that. So we've seen the process play out for Philly, and they've done okay, but they haven't won anything of substance. You know what the process began with? Trading away Drew Holiday. You know what Drew Holiday has become? A player that you trade for to finish off what you need to be a champion. His first season, Milwaukee won it. First season in Boston. The lesson there is maybe you actually go try to win, and you build from there.
Are you trying to tell the Bulls to trade for Drew Holiday?
Well, it'd be a real test of the process for sure. But Josh Heupel came into Knoxville to bring it back to the Vols, and he knew they weren't going to win a title in year one, but he didn't come in saying, got to go recruit 25 guys. He came in and said, all right, this is what we have. Let's go see what we can put together. And they won 7 games, and it was a solid first year. And then the next year, being an underdog in some cases, they won 11 games.
Wait, say that one more time. Josh Heupel didn't say what?
He didn't say we have to go recruit 25 guys at halftime of a nationally televised game.
Oh, yeah. He didn't say it publicly.
No, I'm not saying that Josh Heupel said we've got what we need to win a title. I'm just saying he didn't.
He didn't say it publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect that.
The 76ers process was, hey, we're going to get as bad as we can.
Yep.
And then we're going to hope to get lucky, because that's what you have to be sometimes when you're drafting 18, 19-year-old players, and we hope that it will bring us together to become a champion without actually trying to win in the process.
It was just a cute way of saying we're going to tank until we can get good players and try to win again. I mean, that's basically what it means. It's like trying to put lipstick on a pig, trying to make it sound good. When you say, hey, man, this player, he got processed. No, he got cut. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Trying to make it sound better than what it really is.
Right.
But no, Josh Heupel publicly didn't say, we got to get rid of these guys and replace these guys. That's a conversation you have privately.
Sure. And he's played with the numbers a little bit in terms of how many scholarship guys they had in year one versus how many counted in year one.
Yeah, very smart.
But I'll stand by his mindset and approach was different than his predecessor. I think Tony Vitello was similar in terms of his mindset of, okay, let's Let's see what we can build here.
Like, what's understood doesn't have to always be said. There's a reason why there was a job opening. You didn't win enough. You didn't win enough because you didn't have good enough players. So there's no reason for a new coach to say that.
Right.
We know the players are not good enough. It's why you're here. So don't throw the current players under the bus and hurt their feelings publicly. Say it behind their backs so they don't know. And then recruit over them. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, I don't care if anybody criticizes me behind my back. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
It's none of your business.
Ego's intact.
It's none of your business.
But
People say behind your back.
I hated the process, as it was called, that Philly did. I knew it would land them good players because they're going to draft in the top 3. But then in a couple of cases, they drafted bums. They traded Drew Holiday for Nerlens Noel and Elfrid Payton to begin the process. Malfunction.
Yeah, big time.
865-656-9900 if you would like to join us here on the show. We're with you until 3 o'clock. Austin Price in 45 minutes. Florida-Kentucky updates as we get you ready for Tennessee-Florida State this afternoon in the College World Series as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
When it's time to buy a car, truck, SUV, doesn't matter. Vol Auto has you covered. They're located right there on I-75 off the Callahan Drive exit. The volunteer experience is what I experience. It's what you can also experience. You sit down, tell them what you want, they go get it for you. They have it on the lot, you're going to get the best deal. Right now, they have an awesome truck on the lot. It's a 2015 GMC 1500 SLT, 122,000 miles, price to sell at $27,991. That's the price. When you buy this vehicle, you're going to get $9.95 oil changes for life. You're also going to get free car washes. That is the volunteer experience at Volunteer Auto. It's where winners shop.
This has been a paid announcement.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit where credit is due. Credit for deciding in the middle of rush hour traffic to go back and get their bachelor's and a promotion. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. And credit for serving in the military by day so they can study cybersecurity at night. For over 75 years, we've been helping students receive the credit they deserve. With more than 135 degrees and certificates, students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's, and graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. At UMGC, you'll find everything, online to hybrid courses, lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Are you not able to enjoy summer as much as you want to because of the joint pain? You want to be outdoors, but if your knees, shoulders, back, and hips are hurting, you can't do it. This is Ainge with QC Kinetics, and they are a non-surgical joint pain relief solution for you at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this regenerative medicine, lasting joint pain relief, guys. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics, their advanced treatments harness your body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. You can get out, walk, run, hike, swim, play golf, move again, pain-free. This is all because of former orthopedic surgeon Mitchell Shinecup. Dr. Shinecup, a pioneer in regenerative medicine, and their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. All you have to do, don't put it off, get a free consultation from QC Kinetics. 2 locations in Knoxville. Powell and Farragut. Call them 865-238-4799. That's 865-238-4799. 865-238-4799.
This has been a paid advertisement.
Overloaded power grids, extreme weather, natural disasters. There are many events that can cause your home to lose power and put your children, pets, and home in dangerous situations. I'm Jay Lloyd with Lloyd's Electric Service, and we've been a Generac dealer for over 16 years and installed over 2,000 Generac home standby generators. Let the Generac home standby generator give you the peace of mind that you never have to worry about not having power. Call 692-6700 or learn more at LloydsElectricService.com.
I'm Michael Jenkins helping you beat the books with BetQL. Game 2 of the 3-game set between the Yankees and the Orioles is in New York tonight, and the home team gets an ace back. Garrett Cole will make his season debut for New York tonight after spending part of the season on the IL. The reigning Cy Young champ makes the Yankees even tougher. The BetQL model is backing Cole tonight and the Yankees. The 5-star play is to take New York on the run line for plus money against the Orioles. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm John Ward. Swain also football sideline reporter for Tennessee football. I thought this was a cool note. Vol Network sharing earlier. The Vol Network, it's got its own tree, so there's a lot of greatness within the Vol Network. John Wilkerson, best in the business in college baseball there in Omaha. But a photo today with him and Darren Hedrick, who's on the call with Kentucky baseball, and Dave Nathan with North Carolina now having gone home. But Dave Nathan actually worked here with this station years ago and has been back in North Carolina, where he's from, for several years now. But he was on the call for North Carolina. So one member of the Vol Network and a couple of alums in Omaha calling games for their respective teams. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, how about that? I see it. Okay. I remember that guy. He looks familiar.
Yeah, Dave noted the other day, he sat next to John Wilkerson in the office for a few years. So he was Sports Talk's producer for several years, and then they were sitting in opposite booths just a few days ago. That's pretty cool. And then Darren Hedrick, he's our age, so he's still really young, now calling baseball for Kentucky.
Yeah, I remember seeing him.
Mm-hmm. Great guy as well.
John's a better person than me. I don't care.
You wouldn't take these photos?
No. No. I give you a fist bump and keep it moving. You got a different logo that I have, I'm going to say, hey, that's about it.
So no.
I'm sorry, man. I can't help it.
No photo with DJ Shockley?
No. Fist bump. Keep it moving.
Man. Okay.
He called me to be on his radio show, I would do it. He's been on ours.
Yep.
But photos, that's crossing the line, man. That's rounding third base. That's too much.
Okay. That's too much digital evidence.
Too much. Too much. Maybe one day. Maybe this year, July 27th, when I hit the 40s, I won't be as petty, and it won't matter like it did when I was playing football.
Got 5.5 weeks. We're in the stretch run here.
Maybe there'll be some growth here in 5.5 weeks, but
maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
But
I'm wired.
Maybe and maybe not carry equal weight in this case.
So I had some time to think on some drives to Alabama and drives to Cookeville.
Uh-huh.
If I was the governor, you wouldn't be allowed to have a license plate in the state of Tennessee if it had another team's logo on it. Unless you paid a fee. And that fee will go into Tennessee's NIL pot. This is what I was thinking, Josh. These are the things that go in my mind. I can't help it.
So you're thinking, what would I campaign on? And what policy would I push most strongly for?
Mm-hmm.
And your line of thinking came back to Tennessee versus its rivals and competition and how the Vols could benefit.
Correct. I mean, I wouldn't make it illegal for you to root for a different team inside Tennessee, but it's best you keep it to yourself. I'm just saying. It's best.
So when it came to the sports conversation, you wouldn't be all that bipartisan?
No.
Okay.
Nope. No, sir. No, sir. But again, John is a better man than me. And maybe he was like me when he was 39, and then he turned over a new leaf when he hit 40. Or maybe he was just born this perfect. I don't know. But I'm trying to be like John. I'm trying to be.
It doesn't sound like you're trying that hard.
I got 5.5 weeks, man. I got 5.5 weeks.
We have 2 hours to go on Josh and Swain.
When you have sports mixed with your pop culture, along with humor and celebrity interviews, your earbuds are enjoying The Rich Eisen Show. Women's basketball legend, Sue Bird.
Caitlin Clark, obviously, front and center for the WNBA season. What have you seen over the first couple of games for her?
Part of professional sports is you're going to have some stretches. You're going to shoot bad. Your team's going to lose. And how do you respond to that? Everybody's clearly got their defensive game plan built around her, which is a compliment, but you got to figure it out from there.
Search for The Rich Eisen Show on YouTube or wherever you listen.
When it comes to our home, we want things to be simple. We wish things were more simple. Well, this summer, Hiller is making it summer simple. With real-time technician tracking, you'll know exactly when they're on their way. And you can trust that they have the best and brightest techs in your home, fixing your problem on their first trip out. From now until June the 30th, enjoy a free service call with Work Perform or take $25 off any plumbing or electrical repair. Visit the website, that's happyhealer.com, for more details.
This has been a paid announcement.
Wild Laurel Golf Course on the peaceful side of the Smokies in Townsend is a golfer's dream. Take in the breathtaking views as you play their par 70 18-hole golf course. After your round, relax in their newly renovated clubhouse with a fully stocked pro shop. Wild Laurel has a full-service bar and tavern with craft beer on tap, specialty cocktails, and delicious sandwiches. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. Book your tee times now at wildlaurel.us. Wild Laurel Golf Course in Townsend. Spring's here and it's a great time of year. You can smell fresh cut grass and everyone's excited to be outside again. It's your year to get that great lawn and you can do it. And Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply can help. Dickens is now the Exmark mower dealer for Knoxville and they're stocked up with a ton of choices for your next zero-turn mower. They have the best seed and fertilizers available and would be glad to coach you to a great lawn. They also carry mulch and pine straw. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply in Knoxville, Maryville, and now at 620 East Emory Road in Powell.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Here's another satisfied customer of 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, Anita Bennett.
When I first heard about 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, I thought, there's no way they could do a good job in 3 days, and they must carry only the plain Jane basics in cabinets, countertops, and flooring. Then they came to our house and we found out they offered top quality materials with tons of choices and lots of custom options. They worked with us to design a bathroom that was perfect for our family. They looked at our needs and thought of details I hadn't even considered. The installation was clean, thorough, and professional, and they were done in just 3 days. When we got back from the hotel, I couldn't believe the difference. The bathroom is beautiful.
See us on the web at 3daykitchen.com.
It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Are you shopping for a new Nissan? Well, don't forget to get the Ted Russell Nissan price. And when you get the Ted Russell Nissan price, you won't have to shop twice. And remember, no other Nissan dealer can sell you the same new Nissan for less. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston High.
Rumble is on a mission to give people the freedom to be entertained. Enjoy exclusive content from creators who are empowered to express themselves freely. Visit rumble.com or download the app and watch for free.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. The NHL needed Connor McDavid to have a big Stanley Cup final. Looked like it wasn't going to happen when Florida jumped out to a 3-0 series lead. Now McDavid has led the Oilers to 2 wins and dragged the Panthers back to Edmonton. He's done it in spectacular fashion. Stars drive sports. Hockey's biggest star is in the mix, and that's all they can ask for. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? Well, Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has helped over 35,000 families out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares, and they may be able to help you too. If you were misled into signing a timeshare agreement that is a lifetime commitment, if you were told timeshare is a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, you need to get the facts about timeshare cancellation. For over 10 years, Wesley Financial Group has been dedicated to helping folks get out of a lifetime of debt by canceling their timeshares. So they created a timeshare exit information kit, which reveals how the timeshare industry works and what your options are for cancellation. Simply call Wesley right now and they will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free. See how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Again, 800-761-0000.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts and month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain begins. Thank you for hanging out with us today. 2 hours to go. In 30 minutes, we'll talk to Austin Price of VolQuest and get the latest on Tennessee football recruiting with big-name recruits, 5-star prospects visiting Tennessee this month. We'll see what the latest is with Tennessee football recruiting. We'll see what Austin thinks about Tennessee trying to close out a national championship. We'll know if Tennessee is the national champ or not by the time we talk to Austin next week to follow up on this upcoming weekend in recruiting. Braden Gall, 1 hour from now, will join us. He's a UT alum as well. We'll see what he thinks about Tennessee in Omaha, getting ready for Florida State, scheduled to begin play in 2 hours. We'll see how the second half of the Florida-Kentucky game goes, as the first half, it's not even complete yet, but 4 innings have taken 2 hours in the Florida-Kentucky game. So 3 o'clock scheduled start time for Tennessee and Florida State. We'll have that game for you on the Sports Animal. Last few minutes, I came to the conclusion that in the next 5.5 weeks, when you make the turn into your 40s, you're not going to be making any kind of turn in your fandom and loyalty to Tennessee and the way you view opponents. You said you're trying to be more like John Wilkerson and how friendly and respectful he is to the opposition. I don't see that coming from you by late July, just based on some of our on-air and off-air conversations.
Today?
In fact,
probably not.
I'm not convinced that if you became governor, as you were discussing the possibility, and by the way, I strongly consider voting for you, but I'm not sure that you wouldn't try to put in jail non-UT fans who express their fandom for others publicly.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Mm-hmm. I'd be very curious to see how you would handle the House divided plates and banners.
That would be illegal.
Yeah,
that would be illegal. In every county in Tennessee. Yep. East, west, central, every county. Yeah, I probably would need a WWJD arm bracelet. What would John do? To remind myself to have some patience, have some some grace, or give the other person some grace. It's hard, man, because when you play football in the SEC and every day is beaten in your head, destroy the enemy. This is a rivalry. You're supposed to hate them. You don't just turn it off when you finish playing.
This conversation comes from the Vol Network sharing what I thought was a great photo of John representing the Vol Network.
I thought John looked good.
Yeah, for sure. With two former Vol Network members, Dave Nathan on the call for North Carolina, which was Tennessee's opponent on Sunday, and Darren Hedrick, who is play-by-play voice for University of Kentucky. Thought it was a great photo, and Swain said, that wouldn't be me in that photo. So,
I'm pretty sure my Vol Network guys are probably shaking their head right now in disappointment. I'm sorry.
I'm sure. Not in surprise, but perhaps disappointment. So in 2 years, when Mark Stoops goes to Iowa to replace the retired Kirk Ferentz, will you pose for a pregame photo with Kentucky head coach and Grissom alum and former teammate of yours, John Summerall?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll give him a fist bump, a hug, some dap, whatever, handshake,
sure,
head nod.
I respect it.
But that's about it, man. We're not taking any photos. Nah, man. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
At all.
Captain of Team Petty represents well. 865-656-9900 if you would like to be a part of today's show. They're in the top of the fifth. There's always the chance for the comeback, but in this one, I think you'd prefer to see some kind of run rule extension from the regular season into the postseason, because Tennessee would like to get to business against Florida State at 3 o'clock. Whenever they get started, we will have the game for you, but it's a scheduled 3 o'clock start for Tennessee and FSU. The winner of this game, we are expecting Florida, will have to then turn around and play Texas A&M tonight, and will need to beat Texas A&M twice to advance. So Tennessee is on the winner's side of its bracket. Texas A&M is on the winner's side of the other bracket to figure out who's going to play a best 2-of-3 series for the national championship in the College World Series. Game 1 will be played Saturday, Game 2 on Sunday, Game 3, if necessary, on Monday.
This game is taking forever. It's
yeah.
just the fifth.
It's in the fifth inning. They've played more than 2 hours of baseball. The first inning took 45 minutes.
God, man, Kentucky, if you're going to stink, at least stink and go home and not hold up the other good games. They're stinking and holding up the other games.
Oh. Watch out now. 2-run bomb for Kentucky.
Okay. 9-4.
Makes it 9-4 in the top of the fifth.
Josh, it's still been 2.5 hours. Why didn't they do this in the first inning?
Mm-hmm. Well, they were busy watching Florida score all the runs. So it is still a 5-run game, but a 2-run shot for Kentucky. It's another left-handed hitter, by the way. Blake Burke watches on. I've already called for 1 home run for Blake tonight to become Tennessee's 5th 20-home run hitter on the season. But Kentucky with a 2-run shot, still 2 outs in the top of the fifth, no runners on now after the home run. Kentucky trying to stay alive in the game. Florida with a 5-run lead with 4.5 innings to go.
There's some juice in that Kentucky dugout now.
Yeah. I mean, when you have that kind of deficit, it's about chipping away as you can with time left to keep hope alive. This is a greater deficit than what Tennessee faced, but that Christian Moore home run we talked about, it was a solo shot. It was like, okay, we still are in play here. And we know how that one played out. But again, that one was closer. This is still a 5-run game. Florida's going to have a chance to add to its 9-run total.
In basketball, there's no 10-point shots. In football, there's no touchdown throw every time you drop back. I mean, you got to take what the defense gives you, and you got to chip away. And so for Kentucky, 2-run shot here in the fifth. If they can – at some point, you got to stop Florida from scoring. I mean, you can't let them put up a 2-spot, 3-spot, 4-spot in the remaining innings and have an opportunity to win. Tennessee was able to come back because they didn't allow those multiple scores. There was one here, one there, but Tennessee was able to put up multiple scores in the inning. That's what Kentucky's going to have to do if they want to come back. But they got some momentum right now, and momentum is very, very contagious, and it's a real thing, man. It can help a team get back into this game.
Well, I know what I'm about to say is very obvious, but it is true. One reason games can take forever, as this one feels like it is, there is no clock, which means you have a different kind of advantage or disadvantage with the lead in baseball versus other sports. You still have so many outs. But in football, basketball, your deficit becomes more difficult to deal with as the clock is running out.
Yeah.
Time works against you. Each team gets 27 outs.
Yeah.
So how many runs can you score before you get 27 outs?
Yeah.
Is the deal here. So I'm not saying you're just fine if you're down by if you're down by 5 in the middle of the fifth inning, but that's the difference. And Tennessee said, hey, they got to get us out 27 times, and Florida State was able to get 26, not the 27th.
In basketball, you can't just hold the ball because it'll be a turnover. Football, you can run the ball. You can really bleed the clock. But a good point by you, can't do that in baseball. So,
especially when you have Christian Moore and Burke and Dreiling and Tiers and Barrels in that lineup. Makes it even harder.
very, very hard. Very hard. And you should feel kind of disrespected if you're at the bottom of the lineup and you're like, oh, they feel like they can breathe now. Oh, I'll show them. I mean, Dean Curley has been playing superb in the postseason. He's just a freshman, folks. He's going to be here. Cal Stark. He's been a better hitter for sure, but you can't sleep on him at all. And you better not walk him. That would be crazy because then you just setting yourself up for disappointment because you have Christian
turn around
Moore.
to see Christian.
Yeah, and Blake Burke. So just no one to really hide from in this Tennessee lineup.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the pressure of facing Cannon Peebles when he came in to pinch hit the other night was we've got to get him and we got to get Cal, otherwise we'll see Christian. So you knew you needed to get – you had 2 outs to get, and you needed to get the next 2 guys, otherwise you were running into real trouble. And that's what happened.
Yeah. How about Cannon Peebles, man? Was a star player there at NC State. His role changed this year. He was competing for that catcher job, did not win it. His ability to switch hit, I think, was important, vital for him to get that opportunity to pitch hit. And just having a good eye, his availability, he was ready to go. And he helped Tennessee win after his role changed so much from last year to this year.
You never know with transfers. He transferred in, and it appears bought in, despite his role not being exactly what he expected.
Yeah, 100%. And hey, he'll have opportunity next year.
Is that fair or foul? Mercy, he hammered that baseball. Florida just hit a home run in the bottom of the 5th.
That's the same guy who hit the grand slam.
I mean, he obliterated that baseball. 117.6 exit velo, 415 feet. 10-4, Florida leads Kentucky in the bottom of the 5th. No outs. Gators just gave up 2 runs and immediately got 1 back. We'll come back. 865-656-9900 is the phone number to be a part of the show. Getting ready for Tennessee and Florida State. The Vols looking to eliminate the Seminoles this afternoon and advance to the final series to play for a national championship. We'll continue right here on Josh and Swain.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
Fellas, if you're often feeling tired, you're noticing a lack of motivation and drive, there's some weight gain, loss of muscle mass. These are signs of low testosterone levels. Do not wait. Find out. At Low T Center, you can do that. They make it easy for you to get your levels checked. It is a simple blood test. Their on-site lab will help you get your results back in about 25 minutes. The experts at Low T Center have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results, and most health insurance is accepted for treatment. They have convenient treatment options, including physician-monitored self-inject treatments for established patients that ship directly to your home each month without the need to come in for those weekly visits. Right now at Low T Center, it's just $25 to get your T level tested. Results coming back to you in about 25 minutes. So let's get you feeling your best, back to your best. Go to the website, that's lowtcenter.com, to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
Elevate your products today with Native Nursery. Now open to contractors and landscapers. We're your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. We'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you're a contractor or landscaper, make Native Nursery your go-to location today.
Call or come by and see Ben and Ted. 865-315-0123 and 3473 Louisville Road. 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
It's Ted Russell Ford's Last Chance 2023 Model Year Sales Event going on now. We have a special acquisition of new 2023 Fords, and every single one will go this month at a crazy price. She's crazy, beautiful. Our loss is your gain with discounts up to $11,500 off MSRP on 2023 Ford F-150 Lightnings or discounts up to $6,900 on 2023 Ford Escapes. Plus, every new Ford comes with our lifetime warranty at no charge. If you're looking to trade in your current vehicle, we want to buy it and we'll pay top dollar for it. There's crazy good deals going on now during the Last Chance 2023 Model Year Sales Event at Ted Russell Ford on Kingston Pike and Parkside Drive.
Example vehicle 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning, stock number WG35594 with approved credit. Price excludes optional equipment selected by the purchaser, $795 dealer fee, state and local taxes, tag registration, and title fees. Offer expires 6/30/2024.
This is Ainge with Chafee Air and Plumbing, home of the Comfort Guarantee. If we can't respond within 24 hours during a service call, we'll contribute $100 towards your hotel stay, and home of the best VIP membership in town. 10% off parts and labor. You can save on all repairs. Repair buyback program. The cost of your repair is applied to the purchase of a new unit up to $1,000. Lifetime warranty on all repairs. A price lock guarantee. A membership is only $14.50 per month. Find out more at coolingheatingplumbing.com.
This has been a paid advertisement.
Hey, this is VFL Joshua Dobbs, and we're counting it down. It's just
73 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. Austin Price will join us at 1:30 for the latest on Tennessee football recruiting. A big focus for Josh Heupel and his coaching staff here in the month of June. A lot of NIL conversation that is out there mixed in with recruiting during this month, as a lot of the focus locally is Tennessee getting ready for Florida State this afternoon. 3 o'clock scheduled start in the College World Series with Florida in the bottom of the fifth leading Kentucky 10-4. 10-4 right now, bottom of the fifth. 1 out, 3-0 count for Florida's hitter right now. So Kentucky in big-time danger. Florida was a preseason favorite, popular pick. They were number 2 right in the preseason polls. And they struggled through a lot of the regular season, but what happens in the postseason is what matters. Now they have to beat Texas A&M twice to advance, assuming they beat Kentucky here today. Yeah, 4 pitches, 4 balls, Cags to first base.
Smart. He's batting .416 on the season. It ain't worth it. You're trying to come back.
Yeah.
You don't play with fire. It's not worth it. We need to run a clock.
Yeah, I'm growing skeptical on the 3 o'clock start here, but that is the scheduled start. Maybe they'll start running through a few of the innings here.
3 up, 3 down. Let's go. Man. What an opportunity Tennessee baseball has.
It's Wednesday, June 19th. There is a possibility that by Sunday, June 30th, or the 23rd, 4 days from now, they're celebrating a national championship. National title is going to be crowned on either Sunday or Monday in baseball.
Are we prepared for that?
I don't sense that. I don't sense that everyone recognizes how close this is. Tennessee needs to win 3 games. Tennessee needs to win either today or tomorrow. And then Tennessee needs to win a best-of-3 series, something it has done every opportunity it's had to do so in the last 3 months. Tennessee has not been beaten twice out of 3 opportunities in more than 3 months since the opening series of SEC play against Alabama. Nobody's been able to do it.
I mean, like, city of Knoxville, are we prepared to shut down a street or two for parade? Are we hitting up Gay Street like the Christmas parade? Or, I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, and to be clear with what I said I was sensing, I'm not saying I sense that from the lack of awareness from everybody. My guess is that Donnie Plowman recognizes, that Danny White recognizes the position that Tennessee is, and plenty of others. But it is that close. If Tennessee wins today or tomorrow, they're going to play for a national title this weekend.
I know who's prepared. That's the Vol Shop. Remember we did our remote there?
Yeah. Yep.
T-shirts was printed already.
Yep.
Boxed up in the back, ready to hit the shelves just in case Tennessee won. Mm-hmm. I know they got the T-shirts ready.
Yeah, they're going to be ready for you.
Yeah. I need to go ahead and get mine now. Mm-hmm. Just putting it out there in the verse. That's all I'm doing. Just put it and get it out there. That's it.
I told you yesterday on the show, I think Tennessee's going to win the national championship. Now, some might have lost confidence in how things will play out over the next 5 days, but I don't know how you pick against Tennessee at this point, because picking Florida State to beat Tennessee twice, the odds would say that's not going to happen. And then if Tennessee, let's say it's Tennessee, Texas A&M, those have been the 2 best teams for a lot of the time, or even Tennessee, Florida, which is so talented.
Beating Tennessee twice in a row.
Yeah, what's the reason for picking one of those teams to beat Tennessee 2 out of 3 times, other than it's just so hard to do it?
Yeah.
To get it done all the way through. Tennessee will go in as the better team. A&M's banged up a little bit.
Their pitching has been really good, though, the last couple of games.
Yeah, A&M, to be clear, A&M's a terrific team.
Yeah, really good.
They're undefeated, I think, through the NCAA tournament. I think they're the last undefeated team remaining. So I saw a graphic the other day, A&M versus
Oregon.
Kentucky, I guess, when they played the other night. It said the last 2 remaining undefeated teams in the tournament. Tennessee only has 1 loss, though. That was to Evansville that Saturday. So I think they're going to win the title, and you might go into work on Monday celebrating a national title. There's that possibility.
This Monday?
This upcoming Monday.
Like not next Monday, but this Monday.
No.
What day is that?
That is June 24th. By the 25th, we will know who the national champion is. Just a heads up for everybody.
Well, it was about one team breaking through, breaking that glass ceiling. A lot of teams have been winning here on Rocky Top. SEC titles, baseball, basketball. Softball has been winning SEC titles in the last couple of years. Football had a awesome run in 2022. A lot of teams finished in the top 10. Mm-hmm. Not one team has won a national championship. But this Tennessee baseball team, I feel like we've predicted the last 2 or 3 years, like if you had to pick one sport that had an opportunity to win a national championship, which sport would that be? Who's the closest to doing that? I think most people pick Tennessee baseball.
Yeah.
And it's not rocket science. You recruit the best players, you recruit at a high level, you're going to have the better chance of winning a championship. And Tony Vitello has put together top 5 classes since he's been here. And that's not going to change. It's only going to get better. It's not a secret. You recruit the best players, you have the best chance to win. Tony Vitello is in position to do that.
Let's say hello to Curtis before this segment ends. Austin Price coming up next segment. Curtis, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Good afternoon, guys. It's a great time for Tennessee athletics, especially baseball. Just a conversation I guess we could kind of have at this point. what coaches in the SEC do you put ahead of Tony when you look at salary, accomplishments, and that thing? 'Cause I think that's going to be a major topic in the offseason is I don't think Tennessee's going to have a problem with taking care of Tony and giving what he needs, but, he's not necessarily in the upper echelon of coaching pay. Where do you think he ends up, and what coaches, in your opinion or your guys' opinion, do you feel is ahead of Tony? Because I really don't think there's many ahead of him. I know some guys have won some titles, but I think they rode the piggyback of another coach's recruits, Jay Johnson, to name just one. But I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, Curtis, thanks.
I mean, you look at what Kevin O'Sullivan is doing right now at Florida. I mean, just the track record and the resume is pretty dang good recently. But, I think in this present moment, I think it's Tony Vitello, what he's been able to do over the last 3 years. I know Jay Johnson won a championship there at LSU. But if Tony Vitello is able to win a championship, then I feel like he's number one. And I think he's going to be paid very, very handsomely. I don't think Danny White has a problem taking care of coaches who are winning.
Yeah, I don't think pay once this season is done, as contract stuff's wrapped up, I don't think that'll be an issue at all. Texas A&M, they're having a conversation about their guy, what he's been able to come in and do so quickly. So there's a lot of great coaches in the SEC. Tony is among them. If he gets the national title to add to the resume, then especially when you look at the last several years, he takes a backseat to no one. And that'll certainly be the case if you poll Tennessee fans about their guy.
It's hard to imagine he won't be the highest paid coach if he wins a national championship. He's so valuable. I remember when people just could not wrap their head around Rick Barnes getting paid $5 million. He hadn't won a national championship. He hasn't been to the Final Four since 2004. The success in the postseason just wasn't there for people. So they couldn't wrap their heads around paying Coach Barnes $5 million when you look at all the other coaches that were in the same ballpark as far as figures. But just like Rick Barnes, Tony Vitello means so much to the community and to the university. It ain't just the athletic department. It's just not their respective sport that they coach. It's the community.
Yep.
Rick Barnes and Tony Vitello makes a huge impact. And it's part of their value. It's why they're worth all the money that you're paying them and the money that you're going to have to pay Tony Vitello here soon.
Yep. More money's coming. You can bet on that. More info on Tennessee football and recruiting from Austin Price of VolQuest when we come back on Josh and Swain.
Pitch, lined in the air into center field. Ranging back, Colby Backus. He'll reach up, make the catch, and that's the ball game. Hello win column means see you Wednesday. How about that, Omaha? Tennessee is one win away from getting to the championship series. Final score, Tennessee 6, North Carolina 1. This is Tennessee baseball.
Your station for the Tennessee Volunteers. 99.1, the sports animal.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the sports animal.
Baseball legend Willie Mays passed away yesterday at the age of 93. Mays spent most of his career with the Giants, making 24 All-Star teams, winning 2 National League MVP awards, and 12 Gold Gloves. He ranked 6th all-time in home runs, 7th in runs scored, 10th in RBIs, and 12th in hits. Mays got his start in the Negro Leagues with the Birmingham Black Barons in 1948. His death comes just before the Cardinals were set to play the Giants at Rickwood Field in Birmingham in a game honoring Mays and the Negro Leagues as a whole. NBA news, the Detroit Pistons fired head coach Monty Williams after just one season, absorbing the remaining $65 million left on Williams' contract. The firing comes after the Pistons finished with a franchise-worst 68 losses last season. Their .245 win percentage over the last 5 years is the 3rd worst over any 5-year span in NBA history and the worst in the last 20 years. I'm Joel Silverberg.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it.
100% on time, 100% guaranteed, 100% wow.
3 Day Kitchen and Bath delivers all that, all in 3 days. Here's how it works. Create a kitchen idea, give them 3 days, and suddenly your kitchen becomes the centerpiece of your home. A place where everyone gathers no matter how much room you have in the house. Every project is 100% on time, 100% guaranteed, and 100% wow. Invest in your family and your home. Invest in a kitchen with 3 Day Kitchen and Bath. 3 Day Kitchen offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee and will complete the job to your liking, guaranteed. They're in and out of your home in 3 days or less with top quality products and a great crew. And they're finished on time with no delays. Get details now. Start at 3daykitchenandbath.com. That's the number 3, then daykitchen.com. 3 Day Kitchen and Bath.
3 Day Kitchen and Bath.
Overloaded power grids, extreme weather, natural disasters. There are many events that can cause your home to lose power and put your children, pets, and home in dangerous situations. I'm Jay Lloyd with Lloyd's Electric Service, and we've been a Generac dealer for over 16 years and installed over 2,000 Generac home standby generators. Let the Generac home standby generator give you the peace of mind that you never have to worry about not having power. Call 692-6700 or learn more at Lloyd'sElectricService.com.
Rumble is on a mission to give people the freedom to be entertained. Enjoy exclusive content from creators who are empowered to express themselves freely. Visit rumble.com or download the app and watch for free.
Join the Eric Ainge Show with Brian Rice this Friday from 9 to noon at Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. Stop by and meet the guys and see the all-new Kia Tellurides. Only at Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville this Friday with 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hi, this is Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. You in a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711 with ProSource Home Buyers.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Our heat and humidity continue as we head into our Wednesday afternoon. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds out there. High temperatures topping out right around 90 degrees for us. Not much in the way of rain chances. Make sure to find a way to stay cool out there and stay hydrated as it'll feel more like the middle 90s at times. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal. Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. We go to the Stanley Fencing Gates hotline to say hello to Austin Price of VolQuest.com, covering Tennessee football and football recruiting. It's a busy time right now on the recruiting trail. Austin, thank you for the time as always. The Vols had a big recruiting weekend just a few days ago. I'll start with the guy that we ask you about all the time. He was back in town, David Sanders Jr. I know there was a misspelling of his name at one point. Thought he was a good sport about it, what I saw on social media. What's the latest there with David Sanders Jr. coming out of his latest trip to Knoxville?
Yeah, I still feel like Tennessee has done a fantastic job with him. Feel like Tennessee's still got a lot of momentum leaving the visit. Ohio State will get the next and really the final shot at him this weekend as he'll be in Columbus. And to me, I think Ohio State could be Tennessee's biggest competition here. Just when you look at, kind of where his recruitment's been, where he's been the most, it feels like the most momentum the last 2 to 3 months has been with Tennessee. Most. Second would be Ohio State. So he wanted to take a visit to Tennessee when George McIntyre was going to be there. George visited this past week because he was supposed to be at the Elite 11 before he hurt his finger. And so that's why David's visits kind of went the way they went as far as structured and timing. But definitely feel like Tennessee still is in a good spot heading into this Ohio State visit. They'll just have to survive this weekend.
So after surviving, he visited Tennessee last weekend, Ohio State this weekend. When is David Sanders set to make his announcement, make his decision publicly?
Well, I think his goal, and is what he's always told me, was he'd like to do it the first week of school in August. So it's like middle of August. I asked him if that was still the case when he left the complex the other day, and he said, as of now, but let's get through next weekend, it could get bumped up. So let's see what happens. Wouldn't shock me at all if he moved it up into July, just because, that's a long time to have to carry the burden of dealing with all these phone calls. Because, Georgia's going to keep calling him, so's Clemson. So's Ohio State, so's Tennessee. I think in a perfect world, you come to a decision, you announce sometime in July. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, is the month of July at the earliest, but potentially August if he sticks to his original timeline. I'm just not sure that's doable, though.
We're talking to Austin Price of VolQuest.com. Who are some players who visited this past weekend that you think Tennessee made a big impact on with their trip to Knoxville?
Well, Jaden Perlotti, the longtime Georgia commit, thought Tennessee knocked that one out of the park. Feels like Perlotti and Georgia are kind of going in two different directions. He's been committed for near 2 years. Damian Shanklin, defensive lineman out of Indianapolis, that's someone else that Tennessee really did themselves a lot of good with. He's not going to announce until late August. So Tennessee's got some time on that one. We'll continue to work that one. But they definitely made up quite a bit of ground. He told me that Tennessee entered the weekend 3 or 4. Told me that, they moved up into that, into the top 2. Wouldn't tell me where they were, but definitely feels like they made themselves a real factor there. Isaiah Gibson, he just decommitted from Southern Cal, Georgia, Tennessee. He's at Ohio State right now on a midweek visit, then going from there to Oklahoma. I feel like Tennessee did themselves a lot of good with Isaiah Gibson. Shakai Mills-Knight, running back out of Chattanooga Baylor. I think Tennessee's got to survive the Ole Miss visit this weekend, but it definitely feels like they've got a lot of momentum with Shakai exiting the weekend. And then Charles House is the next to come off the board. Told me it's Tennessee or Georgia. I feel like Tennessee's the team to beat here. They've been the team to beat for a while. He took some visits and kind of positioned some stuff around, but I think Tennessee ends up being the team to beat here with Charles House, who will announce coming up on Saturday.
Is there a player that is committed to another school that Tennessee has a really good chance to flip? And if so, who is that player?
Well, I mean, I would tell you Jaden Perlotti because he's still committed to Georgia. That one probably makes the most sense to me. Yeah, I think Gibson was committed to Southern Cal up until yesterday afternoon. That's another one that I would consider if, no matter who lands him, he's flipping from one to the next. So, those stick out the most for me as we sit here, 19, 20 days into the month of June.
Yeah, what does the race look like for Isaiah Gibson? You laid out several big-time teams that he's considering. He's been committed to USC, Georgia before that. Georgia's still in the mix, I think, right there. So what do you make of Isaiah Gibson, especially after the visit to Knoxville?
Well, I think Tennessee did themselves a ton of good with him. Really loved everything about the visit. He loves David Sanders. Jaden Perlotti and him known each other for quite a long while, both being Georgia kids. So, there were several Georgia kids here this weekend. One, Gaston being another big offensive tackle. And for Isaiah, I think it's about finding the place that, will develop him. I think NIL is obviously a factor there. And, so I'll be interested to kind of see where it goes. If you talk to people in Georgia, they feel good about it. He was just there 2 weeks ago. Tennessee feels good about it because he was just here this past weekend. And, of course, he's on a couple of visits this week.
What about this upcoming weekend, Austin Price, VolQuest.com? What's next on the agenda for Tennessee?
A lot of big visitors in this weekend. The numbers aren't the same as far as, 26, but, the dozen or so that they'll have here are some really, really good players. We'll start with, to me, the biggest one. That's Marion Dye, the edge out of Indiana. That's a Tennessee, Georgia, Ohio State battle for Marion Dye. Obviously, Tennessee's got Travis Smith coming in. They'd love to add a third receiver to this class. To me, he's at the top of the board. That's a Tennessee, Georgia battle. Alabama, seemed to show pretty well last weekend. Maybe they're creeping in a little bit, but it still feels like Tennessee, Georgia to me. Tennessee's got a number of other guys like Douglas Utu coming in town, Shady Hayward, Onis Tonenbani, all of which, Tennessee has some momentum with. They were the perceived leader for Shady Hayward for a long time, and he's kind of bounced around in recent weeks with a new leader. But I still think Tennessee, getting the last visit, has a chance to flip it all back towards the Vols this weekend. So, again, the total number of kids won't be what it was last weekend, but, as far as percentage of guys that could end up in this class, I think the hit percentage this coming weekend could be a fraction better than last weekend. I think Tennessee's going to get their fair share out of last weekend.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. I know you noticed this, but I noticed this more during our interview, a conversation with you, is you're seeing and hearing more Tennessee-Georgia battles, Tennessee-Ohio State battles. When you look at some of the top teams in the country and teams that will be competing for a national championship, according to the experts, it is Ohio State. It is Georgia. I know it doesn't matter unless you get them, but you can't get them unless you are in the top two and top three. Tennessee is battling versus the top programs in the country right now in Georgia and Ohio State. I think that means the staff is doing a really good job.
Yeah, I think that they're obviously, their evaluations and the kids that they're building relationships with seem to be resonating with other high-end programs, and I think that's a great sign. Obviously, you have to win your fair share. You're not going to win them all. You don't even think you win 50%. Just because you get who you're going against and kind of where they're at as programs and where you're at as programs, but you got to win some.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think if you can land an Isaiah Gibson, if you can land a David Sanders, if you can land people like that, I think obviously it really helps me. One, Gaston, Deshaun Brame, that's two kids that Oregon's heavily involved in. Tennessee, Oregon for Brame, Tennessee, Oregon, Georgia for one Gaston. So you're absolutely right. You're swimming in different waters, and so naturally it's going to be a little more difficult. You're going to take some losses in recruiting, but it's okay if you lose to the right teams in recruiting. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Like if a kid picks, Wake Forest over you versus Georgia over you, it's just a different feel. And Tennessee right now is recruiting the right kind of kids. If you look at this roster, I think it's the best roster Tennessee's had around here in at least a decade, probably dating back to Butch's group, in 15, 16. So, I mean, that's about a decade ago. We're getting older. And so it's really impressive. I thought last weekend was the best recruiting weekend as far as pure talent in over a decade, maybe more, when you look at who all was here and who wants them and all that. So they're definitely recruiting at a different level as far as who they're involved with. Again, you have to land them, but just getting in the mix with some of these kids is impressive.
Austin, before you go, Tennessee needs to win 3 more baseball games to clinch a national championship. What do you think about the Vols' chances against Florida State, and then if the Vols advance to win 2 more games for a title?
Josh, we are having a little bit of technical difficulty. You're really pixelated. Could you re-ask it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What do you think about Tennessee's chances to win a national title here in baseball? They need 3 more wins.
Yeah, baseball. They've got to find a way to win today, in my opinion. I think they obviously got the game coming up here in about an hour and a half or something. They've got to find a way to win today. I don't think you want to get into tomorrow. To me, you sell out to win today. You've got your full complement of pitchers. Florida State's still battling a little bit with, kind of who they have available, but their bats have been red hot. So you're going to have to score runs. You need a great start out of Sechrist. You need great bullpens out of Combs and maybe Causey, whoever they, Tony and Frank elect to go to. But house money at this point, you got 2 games to win 1, and then you get into that 3-game series. But you'd love to win today, so you have a full rest, and you get right back into your normal rotation with Stamos and Causey on Saturday for Game 1 of the championship series, and Drew Beam on Sunday, and so on and so forth. So today, to me, this one's the one coming up here in just over an hour is the one you got to go get. You got to go out and win that game at all costs, because I just don't think you want to get into a winner-take-all game 2 with the Seminoles the way they've been swinging the bat. So Tennessee's got to keep swinging them well, get some good pitching, not beat themselves with silly errors, and go out and get a win today. Definitely doable. Tennessee's very confident.
Yeah, I think those are good points. Austin Price, he and the team covering the national championship run Tennessee is trying to complete, and, of course, football recruiting with more big names. Austin just told us about coming to town this weekend. VolQuest.com to read the work from Austin and his teammates. Austin, thank you for the time as always. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Austin Price of VolQuest joining us as all guests do on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline. Tennessee waiting for Florida and Kentucky to finish. It's the bottom of the 6th. Florida leads 14-4. Gators probably feeling pretty good about advancing to take on Texas A&M. We'll continue here on Josh and Swain.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from date of purchase but is waived if paid within promotional period. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details.
Attention homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's time to replace. And right now you can get a free in-home consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. Plus, during the month of June, you can buy 1 window or door and get one 40% off when you buy 4 or more windows or doors. Just text OLD to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or doors for no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right, you don't pay a dime for 12 months. Text OLD to 200-300 to buy 1 window or door and get one 40% off. And right now, save an extra $100 off your entire purchase. Hurry, this incredible offer is only in June. Text OLD to 200-300. Text the word OLD to 200-300. OLD to 200-300.
The largest selection of timeless Cadillacs in over 5 years is waiting for you at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 2.9% financing on select Cadillac models or up to $11,500 bonus cash. Our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. 3,000 Lyric Conquest offer, 1,000 Costco membership, and $7,500 Ultium cash. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer ends 7/2/24. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain.
Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 865-238-4799. That's 865-238-4799. 865-238-4799.
Introducing Rumble Cloud, a platform that supports business freedom and innovation, where high performance meets pricing predictability. Visit rumble.cloud to get started.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com. From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. So, Swain, here's the deal. They're in the top of the seventh, Kentucky and Florida. They played 9 innings in baseball. There's a rule. You have to have 65 minutes minimum in between games. So if Florida and Kentucky can play the final 3 innings in 2.5 minutes, Tennessee will start on time with Florida State. If they don't, they won't.
They won't then.
They will not. So it's a 3 o'clock scheduled start. It won't start at 3. We're not sure when it will start, but it will not be 3 o'clock as it's 15-4, Florida against Kentucky, top of the 7th. Florida's the home team batting. Florida's going to win the game, so they have to play 2.5 more innings.
Sure.
Yes. Yes. That gentleman's mustache that's at the plate for Kentucky tells me they're not coming back to win this game. With all due respect.
Yeah, I hope he rinses that thing out before he gets on the airplane. It's over.
It's over. Yeah.
It's over.
And it was a great run. They had a terrific season, but it is over.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good run. I mean, SEC Coach of the Year, even though Tony did a better job. I'm sorry. I didn't think this was a comedy show. I'm sorry. I thought this was a sports talk radio show in a moment of seriousness. I didn't think this was Comic View. I didn't think this was Def Comedy Jam, Josh Ward.
No, you're right.
I didn't think I told a joke. I was being dead serious.
I know. Honesty and dead serious comments can sometimes be the funniest, especially on delivery. So everything you said, I can agree with.
I don't see what's funny. I'm only laughing because you laughing.
Okay.
I'm being serious.
Okay.
But
continue with the compliment you were in the middle of paying to Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good season, guys. Got to the World Series.
They shared an SEC championship, right?
And
a 3 seed in the SEC.
It depends on who you ask.
Sure, I know that's right.
If you ask me, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But good season. Coach, SC Coach of the Year because they tired of giving it to Tony. And, hey.
So you're saying he got his Karl Malone Coach of the Year award? Karl
guess.
Malone got an MVP because Jordan couldn't get it every year?
Listen, all I know is Tony Vitello coached his team, regular season championship, tournament championship, and is 3 wins away from national championship. Who coaches in the SEC? You tell me who did a better job this year. Just saying. Oh, that Tennessee team also beat Kentucky at Kentucky in the series. But, hey, you want to give it to him? Cool, whatever. But good season for Kentucky.
I have no argument.
Good season for Kentucky.
Yeah.
Still,
funny season for Florida. Their regular season, Florida was one of the most disappointing teams in the country.
Yeah.
They were right near the top.
But the most disappointing. I mean, they started off preseason number 2.
Yeah. But now it's 15-4 Florida. They do still have to win 2 more games. They have to beat Texas A&M twice to get to the final series. Tennessee just needs to beat Florida State once. They will try to do that today, assuming the Florida-Kentucky game does finish at some point. We have another hour before we will finish right here on Josh and Swain. Tennessee alum, Braden Gall, what does he think? Is he willing to talk about it? Tennessee winning a national title when we come back on Josh and Swain.
A farm, a family, and a tradition of premium fresh sausage that's lasted almost a century. Using only the freshest ingredients and finest cuts of meat for flavor that is locked in instantly. Each bite of Swaggerty's Farm sausage transports you back to a warm, cozy southern kitchen, leaving you satisfied and ready to take on the day. Swaggerty's Farm, quite possibly the best tasting sausage in America. Now available at your local retailers.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
Conquerors are made of different stuff. When the waves come crashing down, they beg for more. When the drop-off sinks beneath them, they grit their teeth and dive head first. And when others quiver, conquerors stare thrills in the face with steely eyes of determination. Smoky Mountain Water Park, Sevierville, Tennessee. Conquer the mountain. Season passes available at SmokyMountainWaterPark.com.
Overloaded power grids, extreme weather, natural disasters. There are many events that can cause your home to lose power and put your children, pets, and home in dangerous situations. I'm Jay Lloyd with Lloyd's Electric Service, and we've been a Generac dealer for over 16 years and installed over 2,000 Generac home standby generators. Let the Generac home standby generator give you the peace of mind that you never have to worry about not having power. Call 692-6700 or learn more at LloydsElectricService.com.
Summer's here. Is your outdoor space ready for all those barbecues and evening gatherings? Hi, I'm Hannah with Quality Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Ensure your outdoor lighting and outlets are safe and efficient. Our expert electricians will brighten up your yard and secure your outdoor power needs. Don't risk faulty wiring or poor lighting. Call us today, 865-351-1172. When quality counts, call quality. After all, it's in our name. Quality Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Lighting up your summer.
Friendsville, WNML AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jim Rome with a Sports Minute. Truly a sad day today as the San Francisco Giants announced that Willie Mays passed away at the age of 93. Now, if you got to see Willie Mays play in person with the Giants, count yourself among the very lucky. Because even just watching him on film or seeing photos was enough to tell you just how incredible he was. Easily the best center fielder ever and arguably the best baseball player ever. I'm Jim Rome. Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? Well, Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has helped over 35,000 families out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares, and they may be able to help you too. If you were misled into signing a timeshare agreement that is a lifetime commitment, if you were told timeshare is a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, you need to get the facts about timeshare cancellation. For over 10 years, Wesley Financial Group has been dedicated to helping folks get out of a lifetime of debt by canceling their timeshares. So they created a timeshare exit information kit, which reveals how the timeshare industry works and what your options are for cancellation. Simply call Wesley right now and they will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free. See how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Again, 800-761-0000.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain begins. Thank you for being with us. Tennessee baseball scheduled to start at 3. It will start later than that as Kentucky and Florida are still playing, but we will have the Vol Network broadcast for you this afternoon. We continue for another hour here on this show on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster up in the Tri-Cities area, and we head to the Mid-State area to begin this final hour to say hello to Braden Gall of 440 Sports, Athlon Sports, getting you ready for the upcoming college football season. And Braden, we appreciate the time as always. You're a University of Tennessee alum. Tennessee's baseball program is in a pretty good position. How comfortable are you with me bringing up the position that Tennessee's in and the opportunity that exists in the next 5 days?
I immediately need to go to the bathroom to vomit, Josh. What are you talking about? How did you bring that? Why did you say those things on where people can hear you? You know people are listening to you, right?
I do. Why talk about the things that you hope and dream for your alma mater?
I am a cynical, defeated, dead inside human being. So I realize that other people are not like me. But I assume the worst thing is going to happen to all of my teams. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Nashville Predators fan. I'm a Tennessee alumni. Outside of my Packers fandom, which is sort of the only thing that's ever gone right for us. I'm a Knicks fan. I was 12 in 1994 in Game 6. My dad took me, and I had to cry all the way home. It's just sort of baked into who I am as a fan. And then I went into sports media and really killed my insides. And I just don't count chickens, man. I don't count my money when I'm sitting at the table. When the final score is final, that's when we celebrate.
What were you doing in 1998 when Tennessee won a championship of football?
Actually, I just moved to Tennessee, so that would have been a year and some change. Honestly, my first trip ever to Neyland was my dad took me when I would have been 97. Georgia, they played Georgia and Peyton Manning they ran up the score on them, or at least that's what I think Ray Goof was claiming, that they ran up the score on them. And that was my first ever trip to an SEC stadium ever. So I wasn't raised in the Southeast. I moved from Texas and was sort of raised on a lot of different football. So I didn't have I didn't become a Tennessee fan until moving to Nashville and then going to school there. So that at that time, it was the first year of the BCS. I was more interested in just like, what is this new thing going to be like for college football as just a fan of the game more than anything. I didn't have any direct ties yet, but that I can trace it back to seeing Peyton play at Neyland Stadium. So I think I'm allowed to trace it back to then. But it was not like all my friends, everyone in high school around me, all their parents, and like that was it was more the city coming to life after beating Florida State that Monday night that I realized like, oh, wait a second, this Tennessee thing's a little different. So
I'm planning a get together this Monday night, Braden. You are invited. By the way,
I like it.
Yep,
I'm there.
Celebration.
We're doing this.
It's a celebration.
Yeah. Are you on the parade planning committee?
No. I'm not that smart.
Okay.
So 2 games, not 3, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Monday, I plan on celebrating, though.
Yeah, Braden, if you break it down this way, what Tennessee's baseball team needs to do is they need to go 3-2. A team that hasn't lost a series in more than 3 months just needs to go 3-2 to win a national title. What could go wrong?
Why are you two talking like this? What is wrong with you people?
The lack of comfort for Braden right now is.
Do you guys
really my motivation?
Have you ever watched a no hitter? Like, what are you doing? You're all just like saying, "Look, there's no hitters through 2." That's what you guys are saying.
What
right
a
now.
start!
Like,
yeah.
3 innings, no hits. Yeah. All right, it's going to be a no hitter, boys. Like that's what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
What's wrong with you people?
So your pick is Florida. Do you fear the worst of that side of? Oh man, the Gators, which you enjoyed. A Tennessee fan could have enjoyed making fun of during the regular season. They were one of the most disappointing teams. We argued maybe the most, considering a preseason top 2 ranking. They're 2 wins away from playing in the best-of-3 series. That could also be the sweetest way for Tennessee to win, though, wouldn't you say, Braden? If you could beat the Florida Gators in a final series to win the national title?
Yes. I would agree. I think that absolutely would be. Again, I am unsure why we are talking this way, because losing to Florida in the championship series would be the worst possible way to do this.
Yeah, there's also that side.
So I don't understand either of your motivations. In fact, I'm leaving. I don't know why we're talking.
Well, let me make you feel more comfortable here, Braden. Last week, Christian Moore had an unbelievable individual performance. You've watched Tennessee, a long time. Where would you rank his individual performance versus everybody else's that you've witnessed?
It's funny. Like my wife and I were talking. So my 7-year-old tried to stay up all night to watch the game, and she was fighting it, guys. Like she was like, I'm gonna do it. She was like gritting her teeth, and she passed out in like the 8th inning, and like top of the 8th. So it was before they even got the 1, I think, in the bottom of the 8th, and so it was a 4-run lead, and I look over at my wife and I was just like, God, this is one of the greatest performances by not just Tennessee. Like it's not a Tennessee player. It's one of the greatest performances by a baseball player in the College World Series of all time. Like
not even close.
It's not even close, and it's going to be wasted because of 3 errors and some bad luck pitching and some bad luck. And Florida State's a really good offensive team, and reason, right? And for him to have the double down the line for his 5th hit after the cycle, to put both players in a position to tie the game and for them to then come through, I think the win is what makes and I know that's kind of weird because the win is what makes his night, I would argue, the greatest performance in Tennessee baseball history and maybe one of the greatest of all time in any team's history. But to go for the cycle, to then be like the whole time I'm looking over at my wife and my wife's like, we just got to get to the top of the order. And I'm like, yeah. And honestly, the most undervalued part of that is the bunting. The bunting is like my favorite part of the whole thing. Florida State brings in a pitcher, and we're just like, what is he doing? I'm like, well, this is clearly to mess with his head. Sure enough, they go 3-0, and it messes with his head. And that's a brilliant, I guess, a strategic move by Tony Vitello. And so the whole thing is it's complete nonsense, like the whole thing. And so to see Christian Moore and to see him do what he did, I have no problem. I don't think it's Homer. I don't think it's big orange glasses. I don't think any of that. I've been to Omaha 3 times. I've watched a lot of really great players. I've covered 3 champions. I've seen a lot of really cool things in Omaha, and I'm not sure in that ballpark, especially that home run, like that is not a baseball that most humans can ever hit. And to do it on that stage with the stakes and the way they finished the game, to put it all together into a story, it's a documentary. It's an absolute documentary at some point down the road. And so greatest of all time, I don't think is that crazy for Tennessee baseball or for the College World Series. The only thing that would have made it more special is if it was like, a game 2 or a game 3 in the final. That's it. Otherwise, it's as good as you're ever going to see in Omaha, ever.
Yeah, and you've talked about your experience covering the College World Series. Why is it such a special event, the College World Series, Omaha, everything that surrounds it in that location?
It's the people that they love everything about it, and I think that it's so infectious to be around a community and a city that is just. It's also just like pure Americana, like all in like event form. You have 8 different teams, normally from 8 different parts of the country, not necessarily this year. But it's just the city opens its arms to everybody. They're there and they appreciate all the little things about baseball. That ballpark plays in a way that you have to force defenses to make mistakes. You have to play small ball. You need good pitching. Like taking pitches on 3-0 versus swinging it 0-2. Like, it's just they appreciate all the little tiny nuances of the game, and they just open their arms to everybody to come celebrate the game. And it's such a fun atmosphere, not just in the building, but like around the stadium. I've been in the hotel lobby a few times after a big win, and you go back to where the players stay, and like every fan comes to the lobby, and like they have to like part with security guards to get people through the lobby to get back to their hotel rooms. And it's just so and nobody really thinks it's a big deal. It's just they're having fun. Players, coaches, fans, media, lots of really good food. It's just an awesome event. And if you ever have a chance to go, especially let's say, I don't know, in a couple of days, hypothetically, I would recommend it. It is a bucket list item to go to as a fan. It is certainly a bucket list item to cover as a professional. The Indianapolis 500 and the College World Series, I think, are the 2 most underrated sporting events to go to as a fan. It's just pure appreciation of the game.
So much fun.
Braden, we'll get you out of here, but as you would imagine, a lot of our focus is what's happening on the baseball side. Is there a football topic that has interested you the most as we're in kind of the quietest time of the football calendar?
Yeah, we're all kind of like storylined out from like the main storylines, Texas and Oklahoma and Nico and Kalen DeBoer in Alabama. And so I did something different today. Chris Childers and I did a show. We just got done. You can check it out on the 440 Sports YouTube page, SEC Football Live. And I think there's 3 or 4 storylines that like we really haven't talked much about in the offseason. What is Shane Beamer going to be at South Carolina? What are their expectations? There's a quarterback battle that no one is talking about at South Carolina. I think there is a chance that Mark Stoops retires at the end of the season. I don't think it's out of the question. And so Kentucky, what are they going to be this year? No one's really talking about it. I think Hugh Freeze and Auburn, they like Peyton Thorne more than anyone realizes. And no one's really talking about that. So I think there's a lot of interest, and I think all 3 of those teams could be interesting. I think good is more Kentucky and Auburn. Not sure about South Carolina. But I find these storylines we haven't really gotten to yet. I know we'll get to them by media days, but this conference is so interesting from top to bottom. You can spend a lot of time talking about championship races and Heisman races and the best quarterback and the best coach, and there's plenty of really good topics in that department. Ole Miss is fascinating, right? But there's a lot of intrigue underneath all of that. And so we did sort of the more underrated and undercovered stories in the conference. And I think there's just as much drama with South Carolina and Kentucky and Auburn and Mississippi State and Arkansas as there is with Alabama, Tennessee, LSU, and the like, Texas. So check it out, SEC Football Live podcast and the YouTube page, 440 Sports. There's a lot more going on in this conference than I think even the SEC fan realizes.
Yep, go check it out. 440 Sports, Athlon Sports with the Preview Magazine can get you ready for the start of the season. And, Braden, as we say goodbye, I'll tell you what I told Swain on the show yesterday. I think Tennessee baseball is going to win the national title.
What? Huh? I didn't hear you. You cut out there for a second.
Connection issue.
I'm going to send you a virtual invite to the party in the championship celebration on Monday.
Phone, who dis? Got to go.
At Braden Gall on Twitter. You can follow him there. He's a UT alum who is unwilling to acknowledge what might be happening right now and in the coming days. Hey, Braden, we might talk to you about it next week. We appreciate the time as always, and we'll talk to you again here in a week.
We'll see if I'm fully clothed or not.
Okay, sounds good. Braden Gall joins us. We appreciate his time.
Braden's going streaking through the quad.
Everybody's doing it.
Not me. Not me. Not me. No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, what's Knoxville going to do here if this happens Sunday or Monday?
We're going to celebrate.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
I saw
that's what I'm going to do.
VFL wide receiver alum as you are, Dante Stallworth. He's in town.
Oh, yeah. He'll be celebrating.
He was tweeting out, hey, where are we watching the baseball action? He was at the stadium, football stadium yesterday. So Dante's in town.
Yep.
Said good to be home.
Yep. It's hard to find a alum that loves Tennessee, cheers for Tennessee, rocks with Tennessee more than Dante Stallworth. Like when Tennessee played Clemson in the Orange Bowl, he was there. He was there.
Dante's a runner.
Yeah, he likes to get up early and just go run. He's like Forrest Gump. He's like the black Forrest Gump.
I don't know that it's exclusive, but I've only seen him wearing Tennessee gear when he runs.
He always wears Tennessee gear. Always. And I want to say the bowl game in Orlando, or maybe it's the one in Miami, he just kind of decided to do it like a day or two before. It's like, oh, I think I'm going to go to the game. And it just got up and went to the game. He always represents Tennessee, always is wearing Tennessee gear when he goes for a run. Always. That's how you VFL.
He's also in the single-digit jersey number club with you.
No, that's right.
We're number 4.
That's right. Yeah, the stories that him and Mark Jones told, and I had a planned evening that evening to go out, Miami, it's awesome. And when I saw Mark Jones and Dante Stallworth in the lobby, those plans were put off because I wanted to sit there and pick those guys' brains. And Dante was a big reason why I wanted to come to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a great one. We'll come back here on Josh and Swain. We'll see when Tennessee and Florida State start. They're in the bottom of the 8th, so closer to finishing.
Gosh, just hurry up.
Yep, they're only close to 3.5 hours into the game.
Just bunt, Florida.
It's 15-4 Florida.
Goodness gracious.
15-4 Florida. There will not be a bottom of the 9th, however. We'll come back, Tennessee and Florida State. We'll follow a little more than an hour after this game finishes, assuming that it does. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock right here on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 These Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products like Johnson's Baby Powder and Shower to Shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains its products are safe. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalclaims.com or call 888-431-4056. Paid for by LLT Management, LLC.
Because you want to hear bacon and eggs on your outdoor griddle, not the scraping of rust. Introducing the Weber Slate Rust-Resistant Griddle. Stays ready, not rusty, with a carbon steel cooktop, pre-seasoned and ready to cook on right out of the box. The Weber Slate heats evenly edge to edge up to 500 degrees. All you'll hear is the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Slate Rust-Resistant Griddle just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
The largest selection of timeless Cadillacs in over 5 years is waiting for you at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 2.9% financing on select Cadillac models or up to $11,500 bonus cash. Our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. 3,000 Lyric Conquest offer, 1,000 Costco membership, and $7,500 Ultium cash. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer ends 7/2/24. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Hey, this is Chef David Rule. Looking for a barbecue experience like no other? Head on down to Trotter's Barbecue in the heart of historic downtown Sevierville. At Trotter's, we're all about the whole hog. We're talking about slow smoke perfection that's packed with flavor. It's authentic Smoky Mountain barbecue made with locally raised hogs. Open 7 days a week from 11 to 8 in historic downtown Sevierville. Check us out at trottersbbq.com to see our mouthwatering menu. Catering at to-go packs available. Trotter's Whole Hog Barbecue. A taste of the Smoky Mountains in every bite.
Rumble is on a mission to give people the freedom to be entertained. Enjoy exclusive content from creators who are empowered to express themselves freely. Visit rumble.com or download the app and watch for free.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories. And we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Swain, we're talking about the timeline for a chance to win a national title. The NBA draft is a week away, so we're 7 days away from Dalton Connect going in the first round, a projected top 10 pick in the NBA draft. Something else for Tennessee fans to look forward to.
Man, you got teams competing for a championship, like really competing. And then you have players getting drafted in the top 10 of NBA draft. And here in a couple of weeks, it'll be the MLB draft, and Tennessee will have several players with their names getting called in the first round. And then you have the football season, and then you'll have the NFL draft, and you'll probably have another first-round pick. Whew. Cooking with gas right now.
What a time to be alive if you're a Tennessee fan.
The winning is good, but when you're able to put players in the league in the first round, that's a whole nother level. And then you will have more players with first-round talent want to come play for your program, and that's when the winning can kind of take a life of its own. That's what Nick Saban did at Alabama. Hate to use him as an example, but it just is what it is.
Yep. Tennessee sent a number of guys to the NBA. They've had a bunch of guys there the last few years, but Dalton, he's almost guaranteed at this point to be a lottery pick.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the first lottery pick since Marcus Hayslip in 2002. It's been more than 20 years since Tennessee produced a lottery pick. They've had guys make successful runs. Josh Richardson has done that. Grant Williams just got a big deal. It was a first-round pick. Tobias Harris has had a terrific career, was a top 20 pick, but lottery pick, it's been more than 20 years since that happened. They haven't had that many total.
Rick Barnes, y'all. I mean, it's that simple.
We're in the top of the ninth now. There are 3 outs to go, Swain. Kentucky's at the plate. Unless they score 11 runs here, the game will finish in the next 3 outs. And there is 1 down now. So 2 outs to go for Kentucky and Florida to finish. Florida with a 15-4 lead on Kentucky. So Florida is about to eliminate Kentucky. The Gators will advance to play Texas A&M. A&M is on the winner side, so we'll need one win to get to the final series. Florida will have to beat Texas A&M twice to advance to the final series. And after this game concludes, you have a 65-minute window that has to finish out. Then Tennessee will play Florida State.
You know, Florida should be really ashamed of themselves for displaying poor sportsmanship. Every time I watch the College World Series, all I see is a bunch of young baseballers. They're watching the game, learning from the college players, learning from the college teams. And you out here beating a team 15-4. What kind of message are you wanting to send the kids? Florida, huh?
I know that you care about competition. I know that every once in a while the pettiness in you can come out.
When it comes to sports.
Mm-hmm. You talked earlier in the show, if you were to become governor, some laws that might be passed for non-Tennessee fans and how they would have to carry out their future days and express themselves.
Yeah, house divided tags will be taxed.
But
500%.
more than any of that, I know what you truly care about.
What's that?
Especially in SEC competition, is sportsmanship.
You know what? I think those kids are going to learn a really good lesson about winning and losing. You're either the hammer or you the nail. This is a good life lesson. And today, Kentucky is the nail. Florida is the hammer. You play to win the game. There's no trophies for second place, kids. That's the lesson.
By the way, our text box, the technology of it was down for a little while. We had a bunch of messages that were coming in that we missed in real time, and we apologize we couldn't get to them at the time because we had some good ones come in, especially related to the platform you'll be running on as governor, and you're 5.5 weeks away from entering your 40s, which means fresh new decade, which is exciting. One saying, hey, the 40s just make us more salty, Swain. John in Smyrna is about to turn 50 next month, so he's just ahead of your pace a little bit. Said it gets worse, so I'm looking forward to that, doing a show with you on Josh and Swain. We also have this update. Our buddy Luke in Coalfield, he has the Josh Heupel leg tattoo.
Yeah.
He said he has the appointment booked. Next championship, he said he was going to get another one. We wondered, could it be basketball? Maybe something with Rick Barnes?
Where we getting it?
Yeah, we don't have that update on the body location you're asking.
Yeah.
We don't have that update, so Luke let us know. But he has his appointment booked for what Tennessee baseball might do, planning a Tony Vitello tattoo, just as he has his Josh Heupel.
With the beard or without the beard? Without the beard, probably will save you a couple dollars.
Got to go beard.
Yeah, got to go beard. Yep. That puts pressure on Josh Heupel then. Because if Luke got Josh Heupel's face tattooed on him without a championship and Tony Vitello's getting one, that means Josh Heupel has to go win one.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And Rick Barnes.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's right. You can't let Luke down.
They're an everything school, right? Russell in Loudon just turned 43. If anything, I'm more petty, he says.
Oh, great. I'm liable to say something that's going to get me in trouble. It's more likely as I get older.
Who would believe that? This is good. Kwame lets us know that Richard G. has a parade route ready to go. He's already got it lined out.
No, you going to have me in some alley. No, sir. I'm not following Richard G's route.
Eddie also confirming the petty gets worse after 40. Oh, man.
I don't know how you get even more petty. It's pretty petty.
Swain has not hit his prime yet.
Wow.
Is Tennessee the home or away team today? Tennessee is the away team. today?
By far the dumbest rule in sports.
Luke confirms for us. So, Luke, we appreciate you continuing to tune in. He's putting it right by Coach Heupel, but leaving enough room in between them for Heupel's national championship trophy.
All right.
It's a big week coming up. We wondered, is everybody ready for this national championship that could just be days away? Luke's ready.
Yeah.
Appointment is set.
We got to go and do a show while Luke's getting a tattoo and live stream it.
Oh, can you confirm this? Todd says that he heard Swain is getting an SEC logo tattoo for your 40th birthday.
Yeah, that's what Richard G. West said. Yeah, he confirmed that.
Just going to mean more for Swain.
Yep.
We'll come back. We have an attaboy to hand out. Tony Vitello, he's done something special already for Tennessee, trying to finish the mission of winning a national title. Rod Delmonico talking about the relationship he has as a coach that took Tennessee to the World Series, now rooting for Tony Vitello in the position that he's in. Coming up next as we come back on Josh and Swain.
Never miss another Sports Animal sweet deal. Text SWEET to 865-656-9900 and you'll receive a reminder text right before each new sweet deal goes on sale. Text SWEET to 656-9900.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Baseball legend Willie Mays passed away yesterday at the age of 93. Mays spent most of his career with the Giants, making 24 All-Star teams, winning 2 National League MVP awards, and 12 Gold Gloves. He ranked 6th all-time in home runs, 7th in runs scored, 10th in RBIs, and 12th in hits. Mays got his start in the Negro Leagues with the Birmingham Black Barons in 1948. His death comes just before the Cardinals were set to play the Giants at Rickwood Field in Birmingham in a game honoring Mays and the Negro Leagues as a whole. NBA news, the Detroit Pistons fired head coach Monty Williams after just one season, absorbing the remaining $65 million left on Williams' contract. The firing comes after the Pistons finished with a franchise-worst 68 losses last season. Their .245 win percentage over the last 5 years is the 3rd worst over any 5-year span in NBA history and the worst in the last 20 years. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center, where we have a family membership. We're able to take our kids swimming 12 months out of the year. They love to swim, continuing to develop as swimmers. With the indoor pool, we have access 12 months out of the year. The outdoor pool is open for the summer months. We've been going over the last several weeks. Kids love it. We love everything about our membership, which includes complimentary child care when we need. They love going to Kid City while my wife and I work out. If you need a gym to cover the equipment and the space you need for a workout, good to go. They have everything you need. If you need that extra push, Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center has about 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. They also have incentives. You get points for using your membership, which you can then redeem for a number of different items. They also only have you sign up month to month. There are no long-term contracts, no long-term commitments. They continue to earn your membership at Fort Sanders. Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. Stop by, check it out for yourself, and tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
This is John, and I'm with Whitney, co-owner of Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, voted Knoxville's best plumber 7 years in a row. So I hear you're offering another new plumbing special this month. Tell us about that, Whitney.
We are, John. People are really focusing more on their health these days, which is why we are offering a free whole home water filter with purchase of a new water heater, including tankless or tank style. If you need a new water heater but money is tight these days, we also offer 0% financing and no payment for 12 months with credit approval.
I bet the water filter saves money when you aren't constantly buying bottled water.
Absolutely. But in addition to saving money, purified water is better for your body inside and out, for your skin and your hair, your laundry, and your plumbing system. The works. Just call Pipe Wrench today to schedule a visit for a free estimate, and we can give you all the details.
Sounds great. Call Pipe Wrench 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
Peak IV Hydration. They have blends for literally anything that might be ailing you. Want to recover more quickly? Peak IV Hydration has sports-specific recovery blends that you can use. Deal with migraines. More than half of people that struggle with migraines, it's because of some combination of a sodium or magnesium deficiency. They can help you with that. And immunity-boosting formulas. Nobody does it better than Peak IV Hydration. 906 Sevier Avenue in Knoxville or online, peakivhydration.com.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Ski of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Ski of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
We're continuing to track a hot afternoon on the way as high temperatures are topping out right around 90 degrees. The one difference today is we'll see a few more clouds around through the majority of the afternoon, which will provide some shade from time to time. Still take frequent breaks out there as it'll feel warmer with that sunshine. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
This report is sponsored by Rumble.com. Rumble is on a mission to give people the freedom to be entertained. Enjoy exclusive content from creators who are empowered to express themselves freely. Visit Rumble.com or download the app and watch for free.
This is VFL Josh Malone, and we're counting down it is just
73 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Florida's final, 15-4 over Kentucky. So Tennessee now can get ready to play coming up in about an hour. I don't know if an official time has been set. We'll look for it and let you know. But they have to let 65 minutes pass. Looks like a 3:45 start time. So a little more than an hour away. ESPN will have the game for you on 99.1 The Sports Animal. So 3 minutes ago, Tennessee announced a 3:45 start time for the Vols and Florida State. Kentucky has been eliminated, with Florida advancing, needing to beat Texas A&M twice. A&M will need to win once to get to the final best-of-3 series. We're going to hear Rod Delmonico in a moment. We still have an attaboy to hand out. It's a good one and very positive. This will be an interesting lead-in to that. I have a text that I feel obligated to read. I'm reading it to you, Swain, on the air. I don't think you've seen the message. It is from Tyler, who is located in Knoxville, but here's the message. Tennessee football and championship don't go together. A man that is from Alabama doesn't get to determine anything when it comes to who someone can like or license plates in the state of Tennessee. Alabama is your home state, and you didn't serve any of your state schools. A traitor is a traitor? Roll damn Tide. That's from Tyler in Knoxville.
Three, two, one. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? Okay. I don't know. I don't owe the state of Alabama a damn thing. I wasn't born there. Couldn't wait to get out of that state. Just want to be coached by Tommy Tuberville and Dennis Franchon. Let me just move on before I say something crazy.
Okay.
You're starting stuff, Tyler. You're starting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Tyler in Knoxville in the first place? Huh?
You're asking a reasonable follow-up question.
I know one thing. If I'm Governor Tyler, you're going to get a knock at the door.
I will predict that you won't get Tyler's vote. You'll get my vote. I'm voting for you. I
don't need Tyler's
governor.
vote.
Yeah. I think you'll get plenty. I just don't think Tyler will be on the list.
Tyler, you know what state you in, buddy? I don't need Tyler's vote. I'm going to get everybody else's vote.
Just as you see during election season, we offer equal opportunity for both sides. Crystal, I think, would lean more of your side. I think you'll get Crystal's vote. She texted in from Lebanon. I'm 65 years old and widowed. Have never understood how you can pull for different teams. I know I'm way too over the top to even consider going out with a fan of another team. It would be ugly. I'm not going to cheer for their team. I guess some won't understand, but I know.
I'm with you. I feel the same way. How you say you love me? My team playing your team winning, you laughing in my face. Don't you see my pain over here? There's no way we can coexist. No way. I don't see how people do it. That's strong love right there. That is strong.
Yep, for sure. Rod Delmonico, he still has a lot of love for Tennessee. Coached the Vols for 18 years. We had a great time talking to him on yesterday's show. Still encourage you to go back and check out the conversation to hear what he had to say about the team, the program, and the coaching. What's gone on over the last few years with Tony Vitello leading the program, Frank Anderson leading the pitching staff. And Swain asked Rod Delmonico yesterday during the conversation, what's his relationship been like with Tony Vitello as he's been leading UT's program? Here's Rod Delmonico.
Well, we've texted a lot. You know, I've probably given him some pointers here and there, and he's reached out to me as well, and we've had a great relationship. And I don't know if that's because he's Italian and I'm Italian, or we just baseball coaches or what, but we like to eat at the same restaurants. I know that. But yeah, we've stayed in touch, and you know, I texted him the other night. I thought the loss he had in the regional was good. Told him that. That's good. It's going to help you win in Omaha, because sometimes you need a loss like that to regroup and understand that you're not totally invincible, that anybody on any given night can beat you, and you've got to have your A game. And usually it's the team that plays the best wins today. It's not the best team. And so you have to keep that in mind. We have to be our best every day that we go out, and that's what they're doing. They're showing up with their A game, and they've done that in the World Series twice now. So they just got to keep going.
And Tennessee will try that 3:45 start time, 3:15 takeover from the Vol Network, getting ready for Florida State this afternoon. So Rod Delmonico yesterday talking about Tony Vitello, the communication they've kept, and how he's rooting for the Vols, and called this the most complete team that Tony Vitello has had. And the 22 team was terrific, and they accomplished a ton. This team has accomplished as much as any team in Tennessee history and has a chance to get its first national title.
Got to be complete today. Coach Rod said it. It's not about the best team. It's about the best team, you know, that day. And that day is today. So you got to be better than Florida State. Today was better than them on Friday, but got to send them home and be better today. So if we play our best, they play their best, Vols are going to the championship series.
We'll find out starting 1 hour from now, 3:45, first pitch for Tennessee and Florida State. One segment to go, an attaboy to hand out in our final segment. We'll come back and we'll
It ain't Tyler. Yeah, Tyler is not getting out of boy today. I can tell you that right now.
Sportsmanship, Swain.
Nobody named Tyler is getting out of boy today.
Tyler's of all kind, we apologize, eliminated because of one. One segment to go on Josh and Swain.
Dude, if you checked out Union Jacks, they have a great vibe and something for everyone in our group. Huge friendly patio with 3 big TVs, cornhole, and a fire pit. Or we can take it inside for a cozier vibe with their full bar of 200 beers, liquor, and wine, steel-tip darts, and tons of games for our busybodies. Can't choose in or out? Let's play pool in the breezeway and enjoy the all-vol special, a 4th-pound Angus beef dog and chips with an ice-cold beverage. There are TVs everywhere. You gotta check it out. Union Jacks on North Shore. Go Vols!
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln, great supporters of the community, the University of Tennessee, locally owned and operated. This is where my family has shopped several times. We've purchased a couple of vehicles in the last 2 years at Ted Russell Ford. They have locations on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. They have great savings available right now. They have cashback opportunities. They have low interest rates. They have brand new 2024, some 2023 Fords that you can save on, and again, find low interest rates to take advantage of with the summer incentives they have right now. So if you're looking for a Ford truck, check out the F-150 specials they have available for you. If you're looking for an SUV, a vehicle to travel sometime in the next few weeks, or maybe your family dynamics have changed, you need a bigger vehicle, the Ford Explorer or the Ford Expedition is a great option. Whatever you're looking for, a Ford Bronco. A friend of mine just purchased a Ford Bronco this week at Ted Russell Ford. Parkside Drive, Kingston Pike. Also Kingston Pike, you can find the brand new Ted Russell Lincoln vitrine. And you can start online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
This Friday morning at 9, visit 991thesportsanimal.com for this week's sweet deal. Get $50 to Union Jacks on North Shore for just $25. Check out Union Jacks on North Shore. A great vibe for everybody. A huge pet-friendly patio, 3 big TVs, cornhole, a fire pit, and more.
Got a small business that no one's heard of except your grandma? Time for a boost. From Cumulus Boost, the affordable way to boost local search engine optimization and help manage reviews. Cumulus Boost helps local businesses improve their online presence so they're not buried by bigger companies and local searches. Get found, get on the map, and get a boost with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's C-U-M-U-L-U-S boost.com.
There's a law firm in town that understands our area and how to help you best when you're in need. At the McKeon Law Group, Jed McKeon and his team specialize in all aspects of how to best guide you in times when you need it the most. Whether you're going through a divorce, injury, child custody, or criminal battles, their team is a family that will do its best to help your family. Call 294-8008 for the McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee born, raised, and ready to help you, no matter what your case.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Coming up next, just for a few minutes. Are we calling it just and Will today? Not Tyler and Will.
A little bit of Will. That's what we'll get, and then we'll get Tennessee baseball, baby.
So it was a Tyler that came after you in the text box. I forgot that somebody reminded us. It was the Tyler that went after Dabo, remember, on his coach's show?
Some Tylers, man.
You got to watch out.
Those Tylers are feisty.
Yep, there's a famous Tyler known as Crying Tyler that called in about Clemson. How are we going to go beat Georgia now? Or no, as a Georgia fan, how are we going to go beat South Carolina now, I think, is how it played out. That's right.
I got to keep my eyes on Tylers moving forward. Traitor.
Had a text last segment, Tyler calling Swain a traitor for leaving the state of Alabama.
Can I call the FCC and get like a freebie for today?
Evan says Tyler's going to get super taxed from Governor Swain.
That's right. That's right.
Calling Knoxville home right now. I don't know for how much longer when Swain gets voted in. We have just a few minutes to go. 3:15 start of all-network coverage. 3:45 first pitch, Tennessee. They'll have the orange jerseys on. They'll be the away team here, but just score more runs.
Yes!
Score
Yes!
more runs. So
this is great news.
You feel good about the uniform combo?
Yes! Yes! Man, this is great news. I see I'm not the only person that feels this way because we haven't worn them.
I think there's some excitement about how Tennessee's going to look walking out there onto Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. As I mentioned, just a few minutes to go. Before we go, we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to the Native Nursery. I told Gunner just down the hallway a couple days ago, Gunner from WIVK, he's a legend, Hall of Famer. He'll be inducted into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame here in about a month. It's his last week at WIVK. Gunner cares about the Vols. He loves when Tennessee wins. I told him, I think Tennessee's going to try to get you a national championship as a retirement gift. I think that's going to be his going-away gift from the University of Tennessee. So today offering an attaboy to Gunner, who has a couple days left in the WIVK studio. He's been so dynamic. He's meant so much to so many people in East Tennessee for such a long time now. And he's meant a lot to me, a lot of people in this building. So cool news yesterday. Mac, who's been a part of WIVK for close to a decade, he's going to take over in the afternoons on WIVK. But I always love when Gunner stops by to talk Vols. For a few years, conversations got a little tense with how things were going. But last couple years, they've been fun because Tennessee's been back to winning ways, which Gunner has also seen in the past. So an attaboy to Gunner for an incredible run on the radio, meaning so much to so many people here in East Tennessee. And a couple days to go on the airwaves on WIVK. And I promise Monday he may not be on the air on WIVK. He'll be celebrating if Tennessee wins the national championship. And a big congratulations to Mac taking over in that spot. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every single day thanks to the Native Nursery. They can help elevate your products today. If you're a contractor, a landscaper, get in touch with the great team locally owned and operated there at the Native Nursery. They can be your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials, including boulders, flagstone, mulch, and more. Just 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit. 865-310-3256 is the phone number. The Native Nursery, available for contractors and landscapers.
Hunter Ensley is going to DH. Tears is going to move to center. Reese Chapman is going to be in right field. Tennessee is going to face off against freshman John Abraham, Florida State. It's his third start of his career. First appearance since the 2nd of June.
Yeah, he hasn't pitched in close to 3 weeks, I saw Ben McKee note.
Yep. 5-1 with a 4.24 ERA. 29 walks, 42 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting just 157 off of him. So it's according to Ben McKee. Let's see how long he'll last against this Tennessee batting lineup.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty talented young pitcher, but he's a young pitcher,
Young pitcher.
not a ton of experience. And I'm also sure Link Jarrett will do whatever it takes to try to get through.
Yep.
And I saw and heard his comments after their win yesterday. He gave no bulletin board material to Tennessee. He couldn't have been more complimentary of Tennessee's lineup because he knows what it's going to take. Everybody knows. So this could be a good one. We'll find out. Tennessee hoping it's a great one on a one-sided affair. But we'll find out starting at 3:45, first pitch in Omaha. If Tennessee wins, the Vols are advancing to the final series, needing 2 wins to win a national championship. Whatever happens this afternoon, we'll be talking about it tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Joel Silverberg producing today. We appreciate you. We appreciate you hanging out. Big thanks to everybody except for
Tyler. I hope you step in some dog poop today, Tyler.
Governor Swain is going to be something to deal with, Tyler. We'll see you tomorrow.
No shoes on.
At 12 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
Trees add beauty and value to our homes and lives, but when tree troubles strike, chopping them down might seem like the only answer. Well, enter Bartlett Tree Experts. With over 115 years of scientific tree care, Bartlett certified arbor